Hey, everybody, and welcome to Open Panel Duo. I am your host, Golden Sai, and with me tonight we have, of course, Mud Rabbit, Buttons, and the Slacker as usual.
Hello.
I don't even get my real name,
Jo-
introduced.
Yeah.
It's just
yes,
Slacker now. So
that's what they know you as. No, I'm kidding. It
yeah,
is Josh.
Oh yeah, she said some good things about you behind the scenes.
uh,
That happened last night. So
talking about me behind the scenes now too.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
You weren't
all the
supposed to tell
time.
him. You weren't supposed to say anything.
Yeah,
No, I just said, I just said that he's not really a slacker. It's just I have to call him something, so it sounded good.
yeah.
Um, in the chat we have Little Kim. How you doing tonight, Little Kim? And Daniel Riffle. How are
hey
you
guys.
guys doing?
Yeah.
And how is everyone's day today?
Mine was dark because I was asleep until you called me.
I'm gonna say mine's just getting started.
Woo,
Uh,
woo, woo.
it's only been about 25 minutes old. Um,
Wow. I hope you didn't send me something in that group chat, Josh, or hope nobody did. I just saw it because I was moving it away from my phone, my other device, because I was going to get the chat up on that phone. I saw that and I saw that there were 53 unread messages.
uh,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
that was all last night or this morning. I guess whatever you would. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't messaged anybody today since I've been up.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to ask you how you make that giant uh emoji, like the giant smiley face or whatever it was
Oh,
that you and Sandy did. Like both of you did
um,
it. I mean, if it's a secret, you don't have to tell me, but
no, it's not a secret. It's just there's the option on mine when I'm on my phone on
huh.
Facebook. There's the option like right above the keypad. There's the emojis, popped up, and so if you hit one of those ones that are at the top before you start typing and just don't type anything, it'll do the emoji real big like that.
Okay. I might have to ask you that again, but I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know that just went through one ear and out the other, right, Josh?
And
Yeah. So, well, I
it
told you I
probably
got my
didn't.
mail. I had my
Yeah.
mail, so I was kind of like a little bit. Yeah. I did say I appreciate it. So I appreciate it, but I wasn't paying attention. So.
And I probably didn't explain it right anyway. So
Daniel, I hope you're feeling better,
You
and
probably
I
didn't
hope your
explain it
knee's
right.
getting better. Hey, Kitty Cattywack, how are you doing?
Yeah,
All
hey
right,
kitty.
so
Sorry.
today we have a videos to show about changes in people and the Mandela effect. So why don't we get started? Sound good, guys?
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure does.
Josh, you have the first one up.
Yep. And we're the first one we're doing is the Telos.
Yes, the first one comes from the channel Telos, and description is in, or the link is in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe to their channels. Do any video that's shown on this stream or any other streams I do. But if you could, everybody take time and hit the like button for the stream. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell because I'm the queen of pop-up shows. You never know. All right.
Yeah, that threw me off. Oh yeah, never mind. Sorry, I forgot.
All right. You ready, Josh?
All right.
All right.
Changed. Humanity itself is shifting, and it's not just about politics, economics, or technology. Those are only surface ripples. What's happening goes far beneath the headlines. It's spiritual. In this video, we're going to peel back the curtain and look at what's really happening right now. Why people are acting so different. What prophecy and wisdom tradition said would unfold in these times. And most importantly, how you and I are meant to live through it, not in fear, but in clarity and peace. So before we go any further, I want you to do something simple. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale into your belly, release your jaw, let your shoulders soften. Exhale the weight you've been carrying, because together we're going to walk through this, not with panic, but with presence. Here's the paradox of our time. We live in an age of connection. Phones, apps, social platforms. Every human on Earth is only a click away. And yet, people have never felt more divided. We see families torn apart by arguments, communities split over ideologies. Friends who once laughed together now won't even speak. Everywhere we look, people are more reactive, more hostile, more fragile. So here's the question.
We were talking about that last night, how like there's so many ways we can communicate, and so many ways the Mandela effect has been communicated through the past decade but yet people still feel like they're alone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think more so than, like more so recently than a few years ago. Like this year was really a big. I feel the difference a lot more this year than I have in any other recent years.
Yeah, you were
Personally,
talking about that with Christmas time and stuff.
yeah,
And
and I've seen that. I've seen everybody talking about that, like in all
Yeah,
kinds of videos.
I
I
was
haven't
thinking the
seen.
same thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard people talking about how even just not Mandela channels or just normal regular channels talking about
yeah,
how things were different in the last
yeah.
couple of years. Yeah,
I haven't seen any people real people talking about it because I don't talk to real people anymore.
real people. Okay,
what are
thanks,
we?
bud. Right?
Is anybody
I don't know. I
left
don't know what
that's
you guys
real?
are. I'm not sure what you guys are. I think you're figments of my imagination. I'm just got a vivid imagination.
That's it.
So you're welcome.
We're pigments of your imagination.
Yeah, exactly.
Pigments.
So
Pigments.
like I said, yeah, you're welcome.
Pigments.
You're welcome.
We're pigments.
Uh,
Daniel, I think you're right. The Mandela effect should be one thing that does unite a community, but I think a lot of people fight over the theories of what's causing it, and I think that's a division right there. Instead of trying just to get through it with each other, you know what I mean? We can't really prove either any way that what's causing it. There is no real proof. We only have theories. But we should unite more, I think. And
Yeah.
plus, different communities have been separated. Like a lot of you guys don't know the 444, and trying to bring the different sides of the Mandela Effect community together is one thing that my channel is for. Hi, Forget the Flesh. How are you?
Forge.
Or Forge the
Yeah, I
Flesh.
think that's right.
I
Forging the
got.
flesh. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone. It's
It's
small.
okay. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know.
that's
Yeah,
the mind.
I was reading what
Yeah,
they
that's what.
said. It says they said the walk with God is a lonely one, at least for me. I haven't found that to be true for myself. I kind of like being alone.
Yeah,
I'm getting to that point where, people, not people in general, because people in public that, like the day I went through today, I just met so many nice people. But when you get emotionally involved with too many people, it's just such a drain. So I like
yeah,
being alone. I like living here alone for the time
yep,
the guys are away.
yep. I agree. Uh, except, yeah, I'm not really. I never feel alone.
No, I don't either. I have my friends. I have things I like to do. Lord
Yeah,
knows I've got enough around here to keep me busy.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't get lonely. And if I do, like today, I called my best friend, talked to her for an hour and a half because we did the grocery store race. So I had to call her since I was home after her.
Man, how did you make the call while you were pushing the shopping cart?
Oh, I just stopped and answered the phone. She called me. She
Oh,
was in
okay.
Aldi's and I was at
Okay. Cool.
Walmart. And I told her, listen, I'm in the middle of Walmart and trying to navigate with one hand. So I'll call. I said, whoever gets home first, message the other one.
Ah,
So when she got home before me and messaged me, so I had to call her when I got home and got everything put away.
cool, cool.
But things like that, you find things that amuse you, and then you look forward to your alone time.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
usually when I pray and I do my shielding and stuff like that, because there's nobody here to interfere or interrupt.
Okay.
You can have some pretty interesting conversations, one-sided, albeit with God, if you don't have anybody else around.
Man, I'll tell you, like talking about that, like one of my friends that I've kind of lost touch with her a little bit. We talked over the holiday like a little bit, but I haven't seen her in a long time. I've always been like really, I'm not jealous, but I'm like not like I wish that I had her relationship that she has with God. Like she does, like she's able to like almost have conversations, and I know I've known people like that throughout
But
my
you
life.
can. You
I know
can.
I've just never been able to get to that point for whatever reason.
Just
And
start talking. Just go out in the yard where nobody can hear you and just start talking to it. Just
yeah,
talk. That's your prayer. Just lay your heart out. Look,
yeah,
tell them
that's
what you want. And the more you
that's
do it, the easier it becomes. I mean, geez, for me, it's a daily thing.
yeah. I was hearing like like talk about that, and like that was that's what made me think about all that. But I appreciate the info.
Yeah.
I've heard that before too. I've heard the same thing from kind of some of those people, or at least from people that at least I guess have heard that too, maybe. But
Yeah, and don't get caught up in being reverent, having to get down on your knees and fold your hands. No, just have
yeah,
a conversation.
yeah, that's a good point. I would probably not be able to. I would feel silly kind of if I did do that.
Well, you'd feel silly if other people were watching. I've gotten past that,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, like, yeah, if I were to like, do the whole like getting down on my knees and everything, like
yeah,
that would
exactly.
make
So
me feel,
just go
yeah,
out, just let everybody think you're talking to yourself or working on a formula. Just go out there and have a conversation.
yeah,
And
yeah,
if you do, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the more organized your thoughts become, and the more organized your priorities in what you look forward to having become.
yeah, yeah.
Just
Okay.
do it. Like,
Yeah,
what's that, Nike? Just do it.
yeah, yeah.
Better if you're
Spitting out
walking out.
Nike.
Yeah, better if you're out there in the spring walking barefoot on the ground and getting some grounding in while you're doing it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Josh,
My
can we start the
pleasure.
video again?
Yep.
Please.
Why
Hey,
now?
David.
What has changed in the very atmosphere of human life that makes people so different? Friends, this is not just a cultural problem. It is not only the side effect of social media or politics or stress. It is spiritual. The Bible tells us that in the last days, people would change in ways that sound almost exactly like the world around us. It says they would become lovers of themselves, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, boastful, disobedient to parents, without natural affection, despisers of what is good, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. And most striking of all, it says the love of many will grow cold. And friends, that is exactly what we are witnessing. This isn't random. This isn't coincidence. This is prophecy unfolding. And the closer we move toward the culmination of this age, the more intense these shifts become. Think of prophecy like a drum beat. In the beginning, it's faint and far away. But as
Pause.
the end draws closer,
Josh, you were talking about this several times, and we joke about it a lot with the mean mugging and everybody looks nasty at each other
Yeah.
and like the mean face for no reason. And so I think that's kind of what they were talking about, and that people don't seem approachable anymore at all.
Yeah. No, I
Well,
agree.
some of us now, my own thing here, I naturally have RBF, resting bitch face. I'm not kidding. I'll be deep in thought and you'll see me from across the room and you won't even want to come near me. And I'm not mean. I'm not
Yeah.
being a bitch. It's just I have RBF. And I think it
Yeah.
has thrown my family off for years.
Yeah. I have a relative very much like that myself. That's funny.
So that in my own defense, you know, I have the mean face, but it's only because I'm deep in thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've developed it over the last like five
My
years or
dad.
so.
Yeah.
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 And it's not because I'm deep in thought. It's just because I'm cynical of the world now.
No,
Yeah.
you have a real mean face.
Yeah,
Not a
but I'm
fake
not
one.
mean though. Like I just look like I'm in a bad mood all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really get that because the lighting's always really good where I'm at. Hey, Si,
Yeah.
this is this open panel, right? Or is it just,
Yeah,
is it
I'm
not?
just, it is an open panel. I just want to show some video first.
Okay,
And
okay,
then,
okay,
yes,
cool. Yeah, I was gonna
yes,
ask you that in the private chat, but I got kicked out on accident, so
that's
I was just gonna
okay.
ask real
Yeah, I'm
quick.
going to post a link. I just want to, this is
Okay,
a
right on,
10-minute video, and then there's one other one at least I want to show.
right on.
Because they were big in well, I remember them as big and big. David, you might like the next show, the next one. Please stick around, dude, because he was from the 444. See if you remember him. And I was actually very shocked to come upon his channel, which I didn't even know he had, in one of his videos about changes in people. But go ahead, Josh. We'll go back to
All right.
this
Yeah.
one.
Do you want me to play it at 1.25? You kind of talk slow.
Yeah,
Mm,
you can play it at one.
That
wish I
rhythm
had that
quickens.
power.
The sound gets louder, the patterns intensify, and right now, we're hearing the final beats growing stronger. But here's the question. If people are changing so rapidly, what does that mean for you? How do you live in a world where kindness feels rare? How do you keep your balance when society itself feels unpredictable? Do you harden your heart, becoming cold like everyone else? Do you withdraw, pulling away from the chaos entirely? Or is there another way? If you resonate with the message in this video, write in the comments. Because I want you to know you are not alone in feeling this shift. Let me give you some examples. Have you noticed how strangers interact these days? You hold a door open. Sometimes people walk through without even looking at you, let alone saying thank you. You smile at someone in passing, and they look away like eye contact itself is an intrusion. Even driving has changed. The road feels more aggressive, more impatient, more hostile. It's like everyone's carrying a storm inside, and it only takes the tiniest spark to make it spill out. And then there's the internet. Social media used to be about connection, photos of families, celebrations, small joys. Now it feels like a battlefield. Arguments erupt over everything. Kindness gets drowned in sarcasm and cruelty. Every disagreement turns into war. So here's the deeper layer. Why are people carrying this storm? Because the spiritual
Policy.
atmosphere has...
So yeah, I've noticed that too. Everybody seems mean.
Yeah.
Everybody seems mean here. Everybody seems like
Yep.
overly aggressive and angry for no reason.
All right. But can we fix that?
Well, we may be able to have an influence on it.
Well, we can't fix it,
We can't fix it,
but
we
you
may
can
be
take
able
it
to.
in a humorous note and deal with it, and it doesn't affect you.
Yeah,
Not negatively, anyway.
No.
yeah.
Well,
Like, go ahead.
that is something that David had mentioned last night. Like, Orion people are ultra aggressive. And I do find that to be true. But I also find too that, I've seen a lot of the stuff on like the news and stuff like that. And it absolutely kind of takes me back, like that people don't do anything to help somebody.
Right.
Like if somebody's in trouble, whether they're getting jumped or something bad's happening to them by somebody else, all they do is videotape it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They pick up their phones. They don't try to intervene. And I
Yeah.
find that really bizarre too.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Like,
live in a small town, so, and it's nice to live where people help each other out. And there's also a lot of boomers here, so I'm in good company, and we all remember our manners. But South
yeah.
Florida, you see it with the younger generations.
Mm. Yeah. Like when David was talking, we were talking about it with David and everybody last night, and before with Sandy, and just, I mean, I've talked about this before with my family and stuff. Like after this happened to me, it was late one night, like 1 o'clock in the morning, probably, maybe something like that. And I think I'd gone and gotten some food for my mom and myself, and I had to go to the gas station because I was like really low on gas and or something. I needed something from there anyway. And there was a car. It was like there was nobody there at the gas station except for one car, and it was parked in like the gas stall, and there was nobody in it. And I kind of noticed that because I was like behind it or beside it, whatever the case was. And there were people out front of the gas station, like a couple, and like they looked to be like, pretty like not the like not the cleanest looking people, I guess.
Right.
And yeah, and they were asking for. I mean, I've seen that at that very gas station, just right beside a Walmart, and it's a pretty popular place, I guess, to ask to be, to set up if you're going to be needing to ask for money, or whatever they were needing. But yeah, they didn't have enough money to put any gas in their vehicle, and they needed to get down the road. That's what they were saying anyway, and they were asking for it, and I was like, yeah, let me go in and pay for whatever I was needing to get. Probably, yeah, who knows. But I came back and I was gonna give them like $5 for gas to get them a gallon or two at the time of gas, and I didn't have that. I had like $3, and I had like 20s, and so I gave him $20, and I gave it to the guy, and he just like took it, and like he turned around and went into the store, didn't say anything to me. And I was like,
No, thank you. No, nothing. I know
yeah,
exactly what you
yeah.
mean.
Like, I mean, it was immediate too. Like, he didn't even think about it. And I was just like he didn't nod, he didn't do anything. There was nothing. He just took it and walked into the store, like
Yeah,
turned around and walked
I
away.
just tell them I'm sorry, I don't have any cash on me.
Yeah, that was the last time that I've done that,
Yeah.
like for somebody that I didn't know. And like that stuck with me. But I mean, man,
I'd
it
help
was,
if I could afford it, but I can't
yeah,
afford to. I need that
yeah.
money for gas.
I mean, I could have used that money. I mean, I would have,
Hmm.
but I was, I said something to him, before. I was like, yeah, I can't do it right now. Just let me go in and get change. And then I guess I got more stuff than I thought I was going to get.
Yeah.
But I did still have, 20s, and I was like, yeah, okay. I said I was going to give you something. So here, I didn't say any of that, but I just gave it to him. And
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
mean,
he snatched it right up.
yeah, and I do still like we were saying, like hold the door open for people, and I still do like smile at people, like everybody that I see,
That's the
and
whole point. Don't ever give up being
I
that
couldn't,
because you
yeah, I
don't
couldn't have,
want the other side to win.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the only thing it did change me pretty much in like, I'm gonna pretty much probably not hand anybody anything, like, if it's just somebody that I don't even know, which, I mean, I used to probably do that too much, maybe,
Mm,
but which is, I guess it was a good lesson kind of learned or whatever, but
there you
it
go.
didn't, I don't feel like it really changed me. It just kind of made me a little bit smarter, maybe.
Yeah. It
But
does the same to us all.
yeah, yeah,
Josh, can we go back to video,
yeah.
please?
Sorry
Yes.
about that.
You're okay.
Thickened. We are not just bodies living on Earth. We are spirits moving through layers of influence. And right now, deception, confusion, and hostility are being stirred up on a scale humanity has rarely seen. The Bible calls it wrestling against principalities and powers, We're not wrestling flesh and blood, which means that the hostility you see in people's eyes, it isn't really them, it's what's operating through them. This is why discernment is so critical right now. The ability to look at a situation and ask, what's really happening here? Is this just a human reaction? Or is there something deeper at play? Discernment is like spiritual eyesight. It allows you to see through the smoke and recognize the unseen forces behind the chaos. That's why we're called to be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. It's a balance, staying sharp, alert, and aware, without letting that awareness make us bitter or fearful. Because yes, the world is darker than it once was, but you are not powerless in that darkness. You are light. Here's something few people talk about. As we approach the end of this age, there's not just one kingdom being prepared. There are two. The true
Pause,
kingdom,
please.
Christ.
Okay. There's not everything in this video I agree with, but I think the message is there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Pull out from it what you can. I do believe we are supposed to be the light. Said a lot back in the beginning of the Mandela Effect. For me, a lot of people referred themselves as love and light, and I do believe that we're not supposed to conform to the angry Orionite people. We're supposed to
Exactly.
actually help them understand more like we do.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah. In other words, don't get angry. Understand where they're coming from.
Right.
That's why I deal with it with humor, because you can't hurt anybody with humor. You can shut them up, but you can't hurt them.
Yeah, right. Like going back to everything else, like, or back to the, like, even like looking at somebody, like making eye contact, like today. I mean, I'm not literally today, but I mean these days. If that happens, like if you're like looking at somebody and they look at you, used to it was kind of nervous kind of thing or whatever, and you would kind of like smile and look away or whatever, something like that. But now, like if you make eye contact with or if I make eye contact with somebody that I don't know, like I feel like the feeling that I get is like, that I've done something wrong, like almost like.
Understand one thing. These kids, and I call them kids, rightfully so, that are doing this, making everything into victimhood and picking apart everything you say and twisting it. They're looking for a fight. They're bullies.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They're bullies. They're looking for a fight. They're looking for attention. It's pay attention to me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to just give them a dose of reality and keep on moving, because they're not going to change their mind. They're out there. They're emotional vampires.
Yeah.
And they're out there looking for a victim, or they're looking to be victimized.
I mean,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna get the cops called on me, like if I make eye contact with somebody. Like I've
Yeah,
felt like that
right.
almost, like almost like really to that degree.
See, the problem with that is social training. Social training is a method by which they get you to do stuff like that, not make eye contact, not do things, because that makes you vulnerable. Psychopaths and serial killers and people that are out looking for pickpockets, they don't want to even bother people that give them direct eye contact.
Yeah.
If you look and you make eye contact and suddenly look down, they're going to see you as vulnerable.
Yeah,
But
right.
if you make eye contact and you hold it until they turn away, you're not going to be their victim. It's simple things like that. Standing up straight, walking with confidence, holding your head up, and looking people in the eye. I don't care. I don't give a shit whether they like it or not. I'm not going to be a victim at your expense.
Yeah, those are good, wise words.
Yeah. Get a backbone.
Yeah.
They're softening spines all over the world. Don't let them do it to yours.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's that?
Astro, how are you?
Hey, Astral.
I'm good. How you doing?
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Robbie. Hey, Josh. This Griffin.
Are you at work?
Good to see you.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear the beeping in the back. Can you hear the beeping?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I
A
have
little
to
bit.
leave it on. I'm trying to stand as far away from it as I
It's
can.
all good. I just didn't know what it
It's
was.
all good. We're just
We
watching.
can do it too to make you like fit in if you want.
Beep,
Beep
beep,
beep.
beep.
No, that's the same beeping that gives me a headache too.
Oh right, yeah,
Oh my
yeah. Okay, I
gosh.
get it. Yeah, wow. You have to deal with that all the time then. Wow. Sorry, man. That sucks.
Uh, are you gonna be on for a while, son?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on for a couple hours.
Because I was thinking, I don't know. I was gonna come on. I was gonna take my lunch and be on, but I think it might be easier to finish my stops and just go home if you're gonna be on for a while.
Yeah, I'll be on for a while.
Okay. Yeah, I think that might be easier because I can't sit here and talk with. I got like a bunch of. You know what I mean? It's like I got a bunch of work to do, and if you're gonna be on for a while, I'd rather just finish this and I'll come back on in a bit.
Yeah, go ahead and finish that and come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll leave the light on for you.
Keys
I'll
under
try
the mat.
He's under the mat.
Okay.
Good,
All right.
man.
I'll see you guys later then.
Yeah. Have
See
a
you
good
later,
work day. Or yeah,
Yeah,
work
drive
evening.
safe, dude.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
All right.
Cool. Later, man.
Be back. Later.
Man,
All right,
that would
Josh.
drive me nuts. That
Yeah,
would absolutely
that's
drive me nuts.
that.
Poor dude. I feel really bad for him. I feel bad for all UPS or wherever he works. I feel bad for all those people now.
Oh man, we got
Gosh.
the coolest UPS guy. I got to figure out something to put a cooler out there for drinks for him.
Oh yeah, that's a nice idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
this
well,
is a
he
nice idea.
deserves it.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
and whoever delivers the FedEx, they deserve it too. They're awesome.
Yeah. Man, actually, yeah, I saw like Josh sent me something that I got. Like we kind of had a little thing worked out, and he sent it to me. I'm not sure how you sent it. Like you sent it USPS, right? Or UPS, maybe. Josh?
I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah, I can't. It was one of the two, but they came in a U-Haul truck. That was the weirdest thing. Like I've heard of that.
Oh,
I've
the
seen people
Amazon
talking about
people
that.
do that down in Dania.
Huh. Wow. But yeah, it was either UPS or USPS. It was one of the two, and they came in a U-Haul. That was crazy. But I never
Truck
had like that
probably
first
broke
time.
down.
Yeah, that was the first I had seen of that. I'd heard of it a little bit online, but it was the first I'd seen of it.
Yeah, we've
It threw me
got
off.
down in Broward, we had a few independent delivery drivers, and they would use U-Hauls and Hertz
Huh.
and the rental, especially
Okay.
Enterprise, because it was up the street from us, and they did their private delivery for Amazon.
Okay. Well, yeah,
We,
that makes sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
but USPS or UPS, like they should have their own vehicles. Like, there's a huge UPS.
I'm betting the truck broke down.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. But yeah, like our sister city has like a headquarters for UPS, and they have trucks for like not miles, but maybe a mile. So
Well, if you consider what we've just been through the last 4 years economically and how a lot of these businesses have been
Mhm.
neglected, a
yeah,
lot of the trucks have been neglected, you see it in bigger cities.
yeah. Sorry, Si.
That's okay. Josh, can we get back to the
Yep.
video, please?
Uh-huh.
Start.
Turning to establish his reign. And the counterfeit kingdom, the imitation crafted by the enemy, a false version meant to deceive. What you're seeing around you, the rise in cruelty, the delight in violence, the coldness of people's hearts, these are all symptoms of that counterfeit kingdom tightening its grip. The enemy always tries to mimic the divine. He wants his kingdom to rise before the true one arrives. But it will always be a hollow imitation, a shadow. This is why so many people today feel drawn into illusions of power, wealth, or pleasure. It's bait. And once they bite, it changes them. And you've probably felt it too. You walk into a store and you can sense the heaviness. People are tense, restless, quick to anger. It feels like the air itself is charged with hostility. Or maybe you've noticed how unpredictable people have become. One moment they seem calm, and the next they explode. That volatility, that unpredictability, is a sign of how much the spiritual realm is manifesting through human behavior. I remember a time, not too long ago, when neighbors helped one another without hesitation, when strangers looked out for each other. But now, you see people not only ignoring others in need, but sometimes even celebrating their misfortune. That is deeply unnatural. That is deeply spiritual. So what do we do with all this? First, remember, you are not wrestling flesh and blood. The person giving you that cold glare at the store is not your enemy. The coworker who lashes out is not truly your enemy. The real battle is deeper, and that means your response must also be deeper. Yes, be wise. Keep your eyes open. Don't walk naively. But also, be gentle. Carry compassion. Remember the grace that was given to you. Because the truth is, apart from God's grace, any of us could fall into the same darkness. We're not better. We're just rescued. And our calling is to live as evidence of that rescue. To keep our love warm in a world that's growing cold.
Pause, please.
So yes,
So that's basically what Mud Rabbit was saying. Like, kind of don't be the same aggression back, right?
Yep. Yep.
Kind of have, but I think that's hard too. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I
It
find that
is at
hard sometimes.
first. It is at first, but once you develop a method of coping with it, for me, it was, the question was, if I develop a method to cope with this attitude that seems to be running around, how am I going to get it to help me energetically? So I went about that route. And then once I realized that it's humor, that's what I decided to use. I mean, you can't, these people are looking for you to mirror them, because that's all they can do is mirror. And the more angry people in a crowd, the more mirroring they do, and they expect you to do the same. But if you don't do that, if you crack the mirror, they don't know how to respond.
Mm-hmm.
You diffuse the situation right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Said.
think, like, I take an approach as it is what it is. So if, and whether I want that energy around me. So if I see somebody and I know there's nothing I can do to change how miserable they are, or I try to give them positive energy to their miserable energy that they're giving off, and it still isn't working, I just walk away. And that's my way that it doesn't get attached to me, that I don't fall into the same negativity that they're in.
Oh, I'm
And
not,
also to keep my peace,
yeah, I'm
because
not
I'm
giving
all
them,
about inner peace.
yeah, I'm not giving them anything other than a wall. But
Yeah.
for me, in my particular personality, that's sport, and I enjoy it. I mean, Jacob will tell you, I'm in
Watch
his
out,
room.
Mud Rabbit.
I'm in his room for the trolls. I swear to God, I'm in his room for the trolls, just for that. And we've had some doozies come in there, and I've had such a blast handling them. But for me, it's sport, because I'm handling it with humor, and I get a charge of energy out of it. I don't leave, if I leave anything with them, it's going to be a lesson. Whatever lesson they pick up from it, I don't care. But for me, I get out of it something, I get a charge. And then I get a smile. And then I get to laugh about it for 5 more aisles in Walmart.
Yeah, and the people that saw you handle it, like they'll probably learn something before the troll will.
They usually laugh.
Yeah,
They
it's great.
usually laugh because, believe it or
It's just
not,
funny.
most of the people out there really don't want to put up with it either.
Yeah.
Mud Rabbit's like, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Mud Rabbit needs her own video game.
I just got tired of putting up with it, and I didn't want to have a negative backlash from it. So
Yeah.
That's right. The slacker will hide behind you.
leave it in the wake.
I'll be like, where's Mud Rabbit right now?
God.
She can deal with it.
I hear Josh dealing with it right now.
That's a mud rabbit.
I let a guy in a grocery store yell at me for a good minute and a half before I looked at him, and I kind of stuck my tongue to the roof of my mouth and said, "I'm deaf."
Oh my god.
Yeah, you would like my dad's best friend, Mud Rabbit. Like,
I just couldn't
definitely.
understand why he was angry at me. He was yelling at me about something, calling me an idiot. And, I was coming out of this depression. I didn't want to deal with it. I just looked at him and mumbled,
Oh my
"I'm
god.
deaf." And the guy,
YouTube, this is just for entertainment purposes. We do not suggest that whatsoever.
You
but
should
no,
sign that.
you
You
should
should
have seen
sign
his,
that too,
you,
Ty.
you should have seen his face change. My God, his mouth fell open, and all of a sudden he had this look on his face of shock. And I just smiled at him, grabbed my grocery cart, and kept going. But then I had to be real careful not to say anything for the rest of that shopping trip.
It would kind of be funny if you did, though.
Yeah, right. But look at what we're doing here. We're laughing about it. We're having a good time. We're sharing that good energy. I've been laughing about that for years. And I could have let it affect me.
Man.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Yeah, my dad's best friend lives in Austin too, so he's like you guys would get along because he goes after every. There's so many people there that need to be put in their place and shown the way, and he's happy to do it, and yeah, you guys will make a good team.
Oh Lord, I don't do it intentionally. It's only as retaliation for somebody doing it to me first. But
Yeah.
the thing is, you develop an energy and you develop an aura. The more you do it, that eventually it's a shield. Nobody bothers you, really.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Makes sense.
All right, Josh, you want to finish this video out?
Yep.
What do you think?
People have changed. The love of many has grown cold. But that doesn't mean your love has to. In fact, the colder the world becomes, the brighter your light will shine. And maybe, just maybe, your presence, your kindness, your warmth will be the one reminder to someone else that not all hope is lost. That even in a world unraveling, love is still possible. So let me ask you, have you noticed it too? Do you feel the same shift in people's hearts that I do? If you like the video, click on thumbs up. That shows me your appreciation and will also push the video to more people. And remember, stay rooted in truth, gentle in spirit, and strong in faith.
Nice video.
I really like that video. And
Yeah.
I listen to that channel sometimes on YouTube. The voice is familiar.
It was funny. We were like right in front of all the points that video was making. Like in our conversation, we were like talking about it right before they were. It felt like to me.
Synchronicity.
Yeah.
When I saw that video, I was kind of like, I really like that. I really would like the message behind it, whether you believe in Christianity or whether you believe in something else, the message is still there. You know what I'm saying? And then we can be positive people. We can shine our inner selves and our inner light to people that are so dark nowadays. And we all notice the changes that have happened in humanity, like especially over the past decade.
Yeah, it's a
and
great
in
split.
2020. Yeah.
It's a split.
And you said that wasn't a Mandela channel?
No, that wasn't a Mandela channel at all. But when I found it, I just liked the message of it. And I thought, like, it's odd to find, like, those types of, that can kind of correlate with the Mandela effect. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, it kind of correlates with it. And I like the message of it. So I figured it could bring something to somebody that's watching.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it was definitely talking about what we've been talking about lately.
Yeah, it was good fodder for the conversation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mandela adjacent.
um, again, the link to Telos is the channel, and the link to that video is in the description. Please, if you like the video, check out. They do have more,
Oh yeah, they've
and
got really nice stuff over there.
yeah, they really do. So I would really suggest that you guys check it out. If you find one on their channel that you like, let me know. I'll cover it in another open panel or another live stream, and we can keep it going. I do want to promote them because I like their positive energy.
Do you, there's one that I really like. Let's see if I can find it. I type slow. Sorry, guys.
Well, you got the cast on your arm, so of course
Yeah,
you
you don't
type
type
slow.
forward.
She's typing
It's
faster.
it's called
Yeah.
Spirit Science.
Mm.
Okay.
Have you seen that one?
I don't.
No.
It's got some really interesting little cartoons for all ages on there. And it tends to stay away from any individual religion, but it's got a lot of really good information. And I'm
Cool.
going to drop it right now in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I like that type of format, like the cartoons that people make, or the comics kind of like format that are
But
teaching. You
this
know.
one's all philosophy,
Okay, cool.
and it's
I may have
really
seen it, but
interesting.
I don't recognize the name, but I may have seen it. But yeah, that's cool.
I think Cy might like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at it. You can also text it to me, and because I don't know if I'll be able to go back and look at the chat.
No problem. It's coming into your phone right now.
Okay. But I'll take a look at it. Maybe we'll cover it on one of the next streams. Now, this video that Josh has up is from one of the Mandela people from the 444. It's Mandela Matrix. I don't know if you guys know him. David, if you're still in the chat, you should know this one. This guy, he was on Jay Chris's show several times, and he, of course, we can see the title of the video, People Change. So, you want to get started?
Yep.
All right.
Hi, and welcome to a Mandela Matrix update. People have changed. Have people changed for you? Let me know in the comments below. But for us, we have noticed big changes in our families. So basically, I guess it was almost 2 years ago, we were told by my mother-in-law that I was no longer welcome at their house. They were upset for some reason. They had just gotten a new dog, and we were suggesting that they need to train the dog because the dog wasn't trained and was jumping all over people, and it was almost attacking people, and we didn't like that. So we said, why don't you guys train your dog? And they just, and then my mother-in-law basically told my wife in front of my two daughters that I was no longer welcome at her house. So we left, and we went home after that, and they never called us. We didn't hear from them for a long time. And then not until my daughter decided to call them this past few months ago that we found out that all of a sudden now my mother-in-law is in the mid to late stages of Alzheimer's disease. And she wasn't displaying any symptoms of it back then. And but all of a sudden now she is. So to us, that's changed. This Mandela effect has caused this to happen because we didn't, this is late stage, almost late stage Alzheimer's. She doesn't even know who my wife is. She doesn't remember her granddaughters. And it's just apparently happened.
Pause,
In
please.
fact,
So, Mandela Matrix was around a long time ago. And again, his channel would be a good one to subscribe to, although I don't think he's doing new content anymore. I looked at a lot of his videos and they seem to be from years ago. But I think this is what a lot of the people that I knew when I first started the Mandela Effect journey, because it's been one, when a lot of people were witnessing. Like, as he said, his mother in law, she probably wouldn't have told them to get out and never talk to them again. And now she doesn't know who they are.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that is a big change from what he remembers her being.
Yeah. Did he
Does
say
it?
how long of a time it was from the time that happened, where she said, you're not welcome here anymore until his daughter called?
No, he didn't give a time frame on that. Um, but my guess, because he made the video like 6 years ago, that it wasn't that long
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
of
what I
a
was kind
time
of getting the
frame.
impression, is that it wasn't, that it was just maybe a couple months or something.
Yeah, I think it was pretty quick. It's been a long time since I've seen, like, I didn't even know he had a channel until today. But I had seen him on the 444 and had talked to him several times actually. So it's like I knew that was one thing that was bothering him is the people changes, and he just doesn't really seem to understand. He knew it was happening, but none of us knew what was going on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it was like take notes, kind of like Preliminal was saying last night, jot down a few things in a journal
All
each
right.
day to see if something different happened that you or a change in somebody or a change in something that you wouldn't that wasn't what it was before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. You
If
can
you-
go back.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
No, go ahead. What'd you say, Buttons?
I mean, I was just gonna say, like, I kind of made that like correlation, I guess, last night when about like that part of the conversation when he was talking about that. I made the statement of like, if you are trying to lucid dream, like I never actually got it to work, but I did start remembering my dreams more. I mean, because I never stuck with it. Like, I did for a little while. I would make a dream journal, and I did start remembering my dreams, and I felt like I was having more dreams. Probably like pretty much on like because of that. Like mainly, like that's pretty much all the only other thing that I was doing, and I was remembering more dreams. And I just wonder if like keeping a journal or just writing down, a couple of things that happened each day, if I don't know if that would have some kind of effect on reality. I mean, I guess dreams are a reality, but I mean they're dreams, but you know what I mean. I just wonder if it would have like this, like a similar effect on just day to day life if you just were talking about day to day life. Like
I think
a noticeable change or something. I don't know.
I think some people do it on a day-to-day life, just jot down notes and stuff like that.
Yeah, my grandmother
Um,
would do much like that.
it might have been because she was seeing something like the Mandela effect.
Yeah,
They just didn't talk about it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I have an old Bible that I've talked about before that I've gotten from a thrift store,
Hmm.
and um, it has a lot of notes in it. Like, it has a lot.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's what I've got. I've got just a wealth of that here at my grandmother's old house. Yeah, and it's great. It's good. It's really like she was really. And it seemed like she was insightful, but maybe she was just, getting it from somewhere else. I really do kind of like, there's all kinds of things I wish I could ask her about that she's talked about, or that she did talk about before, like experience that she had. And I don't know, I think she was maybe like gifted, but didn't even really know it, like kind of. But I know that she had a really special relationship with God, and that could also, or I guess that's kind of it anyway. But yeah, I feel like she probably, because of the stuff that she kind of said that she remembers as a kid and stuff, like they're unexplainable. And I know she's not lying about this stuff, like the things that she saw and stuff like that when she was young. But yeah, I wish
You're
I could
lucky
talk
to
to her.
remember them. A lot of people and kids forget those things.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I don't really think I could. Like, I mean, it's not like, yeah, she saw like something like just crazy, and I I would have to like kind of maybe talk to my mom to get those details actually. So yeah, you're right. That would be good to
Do it
write.
before it's too late.
Yeah, yeah, I remember it pretty well from what I from. Yeah, I don't think I've really forgotten anything, but my mom, she's actually that's a lost cause at this point. She's had a series of like mini strokes, and
Oh dear.
she's not what she used to be. But yeah, I appreciate that, Mother. That's a good advice. Okay, sorry, I keep getting everything off track.
You're okay, bud.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that you're
it's
going
okay.
through that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
Josh, you want to restart
Yep.
or start? Not restart.
I think it was my
Start.
wife's cousin that
Nope.
said a few months ago they they were visiting her and she was seemed to be okay, but apparently not. It could have happened over the last few. Her brother actually is all upset at us too, saying that we abandoned them and all this, but they never called us. They never called us. So they should have couldn't have called. You wouldn't have. You would think they would call us to let us know what was going on, but no, they didn't. It seems it's almost as if in this timeline, our alternate selves, the ones that were in this timeline to start with, the ones from the Orion Spur, did something that everybody caused everybody in the family to be upset at them. And now that we're here, we've replaced those people. Maybe they shifted to another universe. Maybe they're in the Sagittarius arm now. And now, it's as if we don't exist for our families. Even on my side of the family, my parents never talk to me. They don't invite me to family gatherings. My sister doesn't talk to me. The only time I know what anything's going on is if they've posted on Facebook. And since I don't really read Facebook that
Mhm. Yeah,
Right?
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. I mean, that was kind of ticking me off a little bit. Like, I mean, you can't put it on somebody. I mean, yeah, because you don't know. Maybe they've got Alzheimer's, or maybe they've got something that struck them. Reach out if it's bothering you that much. Really. I mean, I'm not trying to.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm thinking to myself, how could you go that long without with not knowing what was happening to your mother? You didn't take the initiative.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the whole thing, like the whole situation. That might have been the beginning of the
Right.
Alzheimer's. Like, yeah, I was thinking that the whole time too. But yeah, and this is what people do today. So I mean, I'm not trying to blame them, but I
No, but
mean,
it's aggravating
yeah,
nonetheless.
yeah. I mean, he made this video. It seems like a good video. You could have just, taken that time and called and made a
Well,
video
we
about.
also don't know the extenuating circumstances.
Right,
In the
right,
beginning,
right.
she did yell at them and tell them to get out and all
Yeah,
of that. So we don't know everything that was said. We don't know the dynamics in the family. But
true.
that's what he's explaining now.
Yeah,
Yeah. And he
yeah.
said even on his side of the family as
Well,
well.
that's what,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean,
And
though. Like he should. It seems like, I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but still, like, yeah, just reach out to them if it's. Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would suggest, even like not
it
even
was
knowing the.
there was a lot of disconnect between people. especially in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
2017,
Yeah.
2018.
I would wager to say as early as 2004, 2003.
Yeah, I've heard different,
Yeah.
but for like a lot of the group that I was a part of before, it was happening like to all of us. It wasn't just happening, and that was the odd
Yeah.
thing about it. Like April, April was one of my first Mandela Effect channels, and she was the
Well,
first one to say,
you're in groups
none.
of people for a reason. I mean, my circle of very close friends, we all had a major tragedy happen in our family, one after the other. You're in groups of people for a reason. You see
Right.
what I
It was
Yeah.
mean?
just the thing is, we didn't know each other before. So we all connected on this one thing, and that was they all changed, and the connections between us and them were gone.
Yeah.
Like you could feel it. You can feel when you're connected to your parent, when you're connected to your sibling, and all of a sudden it
Mm-hmm.
was gone. Like
Yep.
it was like
Oh, yes, I know that one.
when you want to talk to them and you don't, you can tell neither one of you want to be on the phone with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or when like the conversations in person like are very uncomfortable feeling. And I think a lot of the Mandela affected people felt that. I don't think it's not so much that her side of the family didn't call him. There was just a disconnect there between
Mm-hmm.
him and them and his wife and them that they could feel. Like they could feel that disconnect. So
Oh,
you can
yeah.
call somebody on the phone and everything's freaking awkward and you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be on the phone with them and you feel uncomfortable being on the phone with them.
Or they cut
And
you off entirely and don't give you a valid reason. They make up reasons why they did it. That's happened to me. So I get it. Yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
so I really think like in his situation and he's explaining, he's saying, okay, they didn't call us and let us know something was wrong
Right.
and but he felt the disconnect before that.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? And he's saying
Yeah.
even on his side of the family, he
Now, it,
felt a disconnect.
right. Right.
And I think that connection is important.
Of course it
Otherwise,
is.
you
Yeah.
do, even with friends. Like, if you don't
Mm-hmm.
have a connection with friends, then you kind of sit there and you just look at each other like, okay, yeah, I've been busy. Yeah, you've been busy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you go. Okay, you let me go. And I'm sure, I don't know if any of you guys have had a conversation like that, but I've had it plenty when especially when the Mandela effect started, that things were uncomfortable. And
I've had a few,
yeah,
but I didn't attribute it to Mandela. I just went a little deeper with it and let it go. I don't know much about Mandela. That's why.
Mhm.
okay.
But it was
All right,
just,
Josh. What? Go ahead. Go ahead, Buns.
it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Right.
Much. Uh, my wife usually tells me what she sees on Facebook for them to be doing, but yeah, and it's all happened within the last 2 years, right? Really. So since this Mandela effect, people have noticed. So since 2015, and apparently, like if you look into the stages of Alzheimer's, it says that on the average, the person with Alzheimer's lives 4 to 8 years after diagnosis, but can live as long as 20 years. So it doesn't progress that fast from the early stage to the mid to late stages. It does not take a year. It just doesn't. For that to happen so quickly, it's got to be the Mandela effect. So, like in this universe, in this new timeline, she probably had it at an earlier, like a longer time, for a longer time. But because in our original universe, she didn't have it at all. So she had depression, but it had nothing to do. She didn't have any symptoms of Alzheimer's disease like she does now. So that's my people have changed thing. So one day they treat you like you don't even exist, and that's exactly what's happened to us after we started noticing these Mandela effects. It's like this is for sure like a different timeline. It's as if the night that we left in our car, we drove through some portal or something, and now we're in the Orion Spur. We're in a different universe than what we started as, different timeline. So let me know. Have you had things happen to you like this with your families or people that you know? Have they suddenly changed? Well, it could be the Mandela effect, not nothing you've done, but it's the Mandela effect has changed people because this is a different timeline and people are different depending on the timeline. So let me know in your comments down below. And we'll see you in the next one. Next one I'll do is going to be like a regular Mandela update. There's a couple of items that I've seen recently, and I'm going to go over those. So we'll see you in the next one.
Cool.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll open up the panel if anybody wants to come up. And if no one wants to come up, I do have another video, slightly longer, from another Mandela person from several years ago. But the link is in the chat if anyone wants to come up.
Was that the Captain Kirk link?
Yeah, the captain, the one I just showed was Mandela Matrix.
Okay.
Again, he was around in streams I used to go to a long time ago, and that
I
had
like
a
to
lot
drop
to
these
do.
in the chat in YouTube so people have reference to it and they have their eyes on it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Have you guys noticed any changes that maybe to yourselves since I guess learning about the Mandela effect? I know that question's been asked by somebody kind of recently, but I don't remember any. If you guys had any answers to that.
I've been aware of what the Mandela effect basically is.
Yeah.
And it's more in line with originally what I learned back in the day is more in line with what Psi talks about than people who focus on sign changes.
Yeah.
But I tend to look at it a little differently. I don't discount that it's happening. I know it's happening. It's happened to me. It's happened to you. It's happened to a lot of people. But I see it differently. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a different definition for it in my head.
Right on. I gotcha.
Still fascinates me.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
think for myself, I've become like, other than being more aware. I think
Yeah.
when it first happened for me, it was kind of like I thought I could revert them back. So I
Yeah.
thought, like, by bringing up memories that were personal and,
I
you
think
know,
that might work.
Sometimes that
I,
just
I,
makes them mad when you do
no,
that.
it doesn't work, Buttons. It does
It
not
doesn't work.
It does not work. And I think that was the first instinct of a lot of us, was
yeah.
to try to revert them back.
Or
When
try to see where they were at and what they remember.
Yeah.
I don't even think that was a thing,
Yeah.
like seeing where they were at. We were just like,
Well,
I think
I'm using
Well,
that in the 60s
yeah.
vernacular where their head is at.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
That's the way I understand it, or that's the way I thought you did it.
Yeah, old hippie here.
I think
uh,
just a lot of it had to do with, you know, with trying to make them aware of the Mandela effect.
attack.
Attack. That's what it felt like at the time. It really
Freudian
felt
Like
like
slip.
Mars
that.
attacks.
It really felt like that. And I think so, like feeling it out. I didn't take that route. I took the other route, which was like, I just kept saying in my head, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I started examining everything I did and say to myself, would I normally do that?
It's
Would I
like
normally say that?
narcissistic abuse almost.
Yeah.
And
So
You
it's like,
become that type of personality, like someone abused by a
yeah,
narcissist, because everything that you think is real gets denied.
you become more of an observer, like, and Yeah, you don't want to engage with anybody.
Yeah, that was my biggest lesson, or that was my biggest thing that was told to me by my guide, the guy I did the automatic writing was, and that was back in the 90s. He says, observe.
Wow.
He said, don't get emotionally involved, just observe. And he meant all things, because things were beginning to change even back then.
So that's like being of the world but not in it.
Yeah,
Right.
in the world but not of it.
Well,
Man, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I started with the observation. I didn't
Mhm.
tell them about the Mandela effect.
Right.
So I just
That's all you
observed
can
their
do.
behavior.
That's all
And
you can do.
then I would start bringing up memories that
Mm-hmm.
we would have shared that
Yeah.
meant something, like something big or like
Yeah.
inside joke or something to that
Right.
nature,
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
to
Man.
see if they still got it, see if it
Yeah.
was still there. Um,
Man. Yeah.
Reconnecting was the other thing I did. I
Mm,
I I had to observe to learn who they were now.
mm,
But
yeah.
honestly, sometimes it still hurts. Sometimes it still doesn't feel good. Sometimes
Mm.
I do miss
Wow.
the one that I knew
Yeah.
Yeah.
versus the
Yeah.
one that's here.
Yeah.
So I
That's what I was gonna
think
say. Like the way that you were kind of explaining how you see it, or how you I guess yeah, just how you see it. Like the people that you knew are not those people anymore. Like
no, they're
you
not.
have, yeah,
They're
you like, yeah, it's like a new relationship, if there's a relationship now,
if you
kind of.
can build one and you try to
Yeah.
connect and you
Yeah.
try, but I didn't go into talking about it with them because I saw like April when she had her channel and um the uh the psychic, I forget her name, but that had her channel, and everyone that tried to talk to their family about it eventually wound up losing their family. Like they
Oh,
totally, their family totally disconnected from them
mm,
completely. Like,
yeah.
so I didn't want to
Man.
go that route. So I didn't talk to any of them about it. What I did was just observe, try to bring them back. But there's a panic within you because, like, when you first see it, there becomes a panic. Like, what is going
Yeah.
on? How
Yeah.
do I change it? What's good? Like, because you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So having channels like the 444 and April's and at the time Regato Bonner
And now this one.
and now this one kind of say that you're not alone and don't be afraid and
Yeah.
don't be, it's happened to other people. I do want to take a minute and say hi, David.
Yeah, man.
What's
Yeah. Hey,
going
David.
down? How you
Good to
guys
see you, bud.
doing?
what's up,
Doing
Dave?
You
well.
too,
Hello.
man.
Doing well. How's your night going?
Oh, it's all right.
Good.
It got
Good.
better last night. We kind of
Oh,
working it
excellent.
out.
Excellent. That's great to hear. Happy to hear
Yeah.
that.
I wanted to respond to what Sai had said before we get too far from that topic. Have you also noticed that when these people kind of leave, even though they haven't really left, it's just they're not the same person, that you get new people in your life that more match your vibe?
Yeah, actually, and April had told me of that.
Yeah,
When the old people leave, new will come in.
new come in.
And
Yeah,
that's
I've
what
Exactly.
heard
she
that.
said.
I've heard that before. I don't know if I've actually like really kind of witnessed that. I mean, I haven't, paid that much attention to it, but I have heard that a couple
Oh,
of
we're all
times.
sitting here right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah, that's funny.
Duh.
I've tried to like really like I feel like I have worked on that myself. I don't think it's a Mandela effect, but I do try to see, you know, like step back and kind of see the bigger picture. So that's kind of funny that I wasn't just now, but I feel like I kind of I used to pride myself on it, but now I guess I can't. Thanks, Mud Rabbit.
Oh crap, she stumped buttons.
Burn.
Burn.
Oh man.
Hey James, I'm dropping the link in the chat if you want to come up. You're more
You
than
said
welcome
Jason
to. James.
or oh Jane? Jane. Okay, yeah, I've seen her in the
James.
chat. Oh, James. Okay.
James. Yeah, not that's my buddy.
Yeah. If
Oh,
you want to come
cool.
up, you're more than
Cool.
Yeah.
welcome. Well,
What's up, man?
I'm glad your day is better than it was yesterday, David.
Yeah. Well, along the lines of everything you guys are talking about, I met a dude in 2019 who went down every, rabbit hole. He listens to Archaics now, but he was a pastor for like 30 years, and he started to see all the Bible changes, and he started to go down a lot of different channels, and there used to be a channel, Brian Austin Lambert 33. They're dead. Him and his girlfriend are dead. Like, they were suicided. Entertainment purposes only, everyone. But they committed suicide.
That's a shame. That's horrible.
But I don't think they did. In 2020. And he was a flat earther, and he tried to explain the science behind it and his belief structure and their whole channel and his whole thing. He believed there was an MCO, like an electromagnetic changeover. Now, I don't know if he did it just for money, because I didn't personally know them. He was in certain circles on YouTube, and there was this guy, Jay Dreamers. I don't know if you've heard of him, any of you guys.
I know.
Yeah, I used to be I used to pay for his channel or whatever. A while back. Yeah.
He knew them. He stole their knowledge.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes.
He stole their knowledge. Jay Dreamers did.
Allegedly.
He stole some of it.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Okay.
He was involved with them, and he took from him and made it his own. They had a website that was like $300, and they couldn't put the content on YouTube. Brian's is all gone now. Mia's is what's left of what her stuff is. But the point is he calculated something about our world. I don't know if you can find the video on BitChute or Odyssey anymore, but it was an astronomical number that I can't even explain the number that he calculated, and you can't. He did it through a computer system to explain it, but he used the biblical model of the concept of two people, being the first two humans or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he calculated it in a way and pretty much explained how there were just resets on our planet over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Well, I kind of believe that too with my 120-year cycle. It's a reset.
Right.
It is a reset. So, and for those of you who have not seen my video on cycles, please check it out. But take the time right now to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, share the stream, and hit the bell, because I am the queen of pop-up live streams.
On the subject of cycles, we're going through it right now. This is a big one that we're going through. So there are going to be some changes coming.
Well, where do you guys think, like, each one of your perspectives on this? Because I mean, like, I've lived off and on in this. I've lived in this. I've had jobs. I've had an apartment. I've had an apartment in the last couple of years. I've traveled. I've lived off and on the streets. I've done the street smart thing.
Well, cycles can be chaotic or they can be doable. It depends on who's in charge.
Well,
and for the most part, authoritarian people in charge like to make it chaotic because it gives them an opportunity for control. But if you've got somebody who's doing it right, it spreads.
What do you think? Go ahead.
I think this time we're doing it right in this country, at least.
What do you think, though, about I just observe on daily life. I don't see people outside anymore.
Yeah, they're all
You know,
they're all hooked to their screens. That's why I keep telling people go outside, start a small garden, get outdoors. Everybody is so deficient in vitamin D, and that's because they don't get out in the sun.
but where do you guys think because there's people that believe we're ascending into a higher consciousness. There's people that believe they're living in heaven on earth right now. There's people that, I mean, the vast
You make
amount
your
of
heaven.
beliefs.
You make your heaven if it has largely to do with two things: your attitude and your gratitude. If you're not grateful for what you do have, you're not going to get what you want. And if you don't have the right attitude, you're not going to be grateful for what you have. And you'd be surprised, those little energies change your entire life.
Yeah, like
And I can preach this until the cows come home, but because it sounds so darn easy, people don't believe it.
like that. And I really definitely I just really, I guess, had a revelation or something. Like, I guess I kind of, looking back at it, like a few years ago, like maybe just a handful of years ago, I really was feeling like, I think it was it may have been like Ian's channel, David. Like, I feel like that kind of is what got me there, even maybe. But like that, like you were just saying, Monroe, but the gratitude, like I was feeling that so much, and I felt so good. Like I was preaching that. I was like leaving that everywhere, like telling everybody just gratitude, like feel that gratitude, like understand it, and I, for some reason, I feel like I've like lost that feeling, and I kind of have lost that high vibe that I had during that time, and I wish I could get back there. And I don't know
So
what I'm
start
doing
being
wrong.
thankful for what you do have. When you start feeling down about what you got, think of
Mm-hmm.
somebody who's got it worse than you,
Okay.
and imagine how that can be. That's what gets me every single time when I think, how can I complain about my situation when I have seen with my own two eyes people in much worse condition, and they're
Yeah.
still staying positive. If they can do it, I can
Well,
do it.
like the other thing is like that during that time, like that was like one of the worst things that I've like had to deal with, like personally. Like it
Yeah.
was right during that time, and somehow I felt like I felt sad, but I also felt like great, like at the same time. Like it was kind of hard to explain, but
Yeah.
uh,
That's what it
yeah,
does to you. You feel empathy for them, and then you feel grateful for what you do have.
yeah, yeah. Okay, well, thank you. I'll try to remember that. Try to practice that to get back there, because I want to get back to there. That was a great.
That part's easy. Just be grateful for what you have. Whatever it is you have. However little it is, just be grateful you have it.
Right, right. Cool.
It grows from there. It's like planting something.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that.
Don't let them get you down.
Well, to answer David's question, if you look at the 120-year cycle, and I started when I noticed a lot of the changes happening in 2016, and you follow it back, it is a cycle, so there is repetitiveness in it. Um, and there is certain things that happen. And the reason why I think a lot of the stuff that got changed and got deleted was to make room for new stuff. So I think the Mandela effect is a part of the 120-year cycle.
Well, I was gonna say back in I think it was 2014 I started to notice. 2014, 2015, and well, it was 2014 about behavioral change. Um, because we're on that right now. But I was in a grocery store in a very small town, and I noticed that people weren't interacting anymore. They were in and out. It was, I just remember a time like I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And
Right.
I remember people interacting a little bit more wherever you went.
Yeah.
And it was almost mechanical at that point.
Yeah.
It's almost like a mechanical mind took over the consciousness of humanity.
So since you noticed that, why don't you take the initiative and go back to the 80s or wherever it was, whatever time, and initiate? I do that all the time in stores. You know, people, you're right. People walk around like zombies. So get in line behind somebody, make a funny remark or something, but initiate a conversation and bring it back. If
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
the
yeah.
ones that notice it, then it's up to us to preserve it.
Well, I also think, along those lines is, in my experience here with people, because I lived in an apartment for a while,
Mm-hmm.
I think people solidify their beliefs,
Yeah, they
as
do.
they grow. They do, and they don't want to change them. They
Mhm.
solidify the way they think. They solidify those beliefs, and I think part of the Mandela effect thing that scares people is it challenges every belief on belief about everything.
Yeah, those
Right.
are their sacred cows. Everybody has sacred cows.
Yeah.
So
And
whatever
the
it may
whole
be.
thing is you have to slay your sacred cows one at a time. And
No, for
by
sure.
yeah, so by being the person that makes the initiative, overcoming whatever shyness you might feel or self-conscious you might feel being in that type of crowd, say something, do something, make somebody smile.
Yeah, for sure. But I did notice, like I said, when I was in my apartment, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
I lived with very varied types of human beings from all different walks of life. One was a total religious asshole who threatened to hit me and was just doing crazy shit the whole entire time I lived next to him.
People to avoid.
The others, what's that?
People to avoid.
Yeah, dude, he was. I don't even. Just speaking of weird Mandela affected human behavior,
Yeah.
he wouldn't talk to me about anything. He'd shut the door on me. I'd like when I try and communicate with him. He wouldn't move his car. He told my the people I was renting from that I bought his car so he could keep it parked outside. Like the list goes on. Like,
yeah, some people are just strange that way. I don't see it as a Mandela effect so much as I see it as the grand split. There are people whose frequencies are not going to match what this new thing is bringing in. And the more this frequency comes into our reality, the more they react on a cellular level. And it affects them all the way up to their minds.
So you think that's what's going on?
Yeah, I pretty much think that's what's going on. Yeah. They're not matching the necessary frequency. They're not asking the right questions. People are comfortable in their routines and they don't like change. And a lot of people are not operating in the upper energy centers. We have a lot of new souls coming in and second graders coming in. And you've got other people out here who are trying in high school and college, trying to explain to them what trigonometry is. Their bodies their pituitary glands are not there. Their energy centers are not there to develop enough to vibrate at that frequency.
Yeah.
So they become hostile, they become angry, all of a sudden they hate you.
Yeah.
This is how I see it. I'm not saying everybody has to see it my way, but it kind of fits in with the system that I've been studying for a long time. That's why I said I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It very much exists. I think we're both in different rowboats looking at the same thing.
Yeah, me and Mud Rabbit have actually said that we have similar, if not exact. I'd say our information is pretty on point with each other. We just see it in a different way. It's kind of like what
From
we were
different
talking
angles.
what we were talking about last night with like wake up or else. He sees the Mandela effect on on his spectrum, right? And might be different than somebody else that sees it like I do. But the information is coinciding. You know what I'm saying?
And then there's the other people out there of the lower vibrational frequencies who are just becoming total jerks that we have to deal with in a daily basis. You can usually identify them by the septum ring and the multicolor hair. Well, most poisonous animals do have colors.
Those are the infants you were talking, or the second graders and whatnot. Okay.
Yeah, those are the kindergartners.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But they're not eating the glue anymore. They're just putting it in
they're
their
still
hair.
sniffing it. Are you kidding me?
We
Back
got to
in my day.
clarify.
We're talking in metaphors.
Yes, we're talking
These are
in
all
Oh, yeah,
analogies.
right.
Allegedly.
allegedly. Yeah, I call them innocent souls. And then you have the adolescent.
Oh, that's what you call me.
Yeah, I call you innocent soul.
My hair hasn't been blue since high school.
What?
I said my hair hasn't been blue since high school.
Oh my God. Anyway, buttons. There's innocent souls, and then there's different levels of, and then you have the older souls and stuff. But you have a progression through that, and that progression is what is the journey of everybody's soul. You know, everybody goes through that.
We were all
but
rocks at one point.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far. I don't want to be a rock.
I don't think we
A
were
mountain.
rocks.
Okay. Frank Zappa, help, I'm a rock.
Maybe a mountain, possibly a tree or some shit. I don't want to be a rock.
Well, no, we evolved into that.
Okay.
Those are all down there at first density. We have gotten all the way up to third density, and now the big split happens. Do we go this way or do we go that way? And a lot of people are choosing that way.
But it's just, you know, Mud Rabbit uses different wording than I do, and but we're both on the same page. We're like, okay, well, there's the innocent, and then there's the older souls, and then there's the adolescent type that you're like frustrated with 90% of the time. So, especially if you're trying to reason with them, and that's where you kind of go through different types of spirituality.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot that has to do with that, with the cycles and with the Mandela effect and the people changing because of the, but I think this has been seen throughout generations. I don't think our generation is the only one that has witnessed this. I just think we're the only one that has the platforms to share it, and we're brought together.
I just identified all the hippies in the chat.
Who's a hippie? Who's a hippie?
I just mentioned The Rock. Help, I'm a rock. Frank Zappa, Robert, and Daniel just went off.
I'm trying to get Robert up here. He said he's going to come up after the football game because he has some very interesting stories, I think, that you guys would really love. So hopefully the football game is over soon, Robert.
What football game?
What football game are you watching, Robert?
There's a football game?
Oh, it's probably the college playoff.
It's probably the fixed one.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, which one is that? And isn't that all of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Seahawks and Niners.
Oh, NFL.
Okay.
Now, what would your perspective be on? And I'm me and the woman I'm sitting with right now. We saw someone appear out of nowhere a couple of years ago.
Holy cow!
What do you think those people are? We witnessed it. I don't think they're human.
I don't
What
know.
do you,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have all the answers, David. But what
I'm just asking your
say,
guys' viewpoints on this because I've seen a lot of bizarre shit.
That's
I've
in the
seen a
last-
few. I've seen some bizarre stuff too.
yeah.
I've seen a lot of
Um,
bizarre stuff.
Yeah,
too.
there are
Me and
some.
her,
There's people
we,
out there that aren't real people.
I mean, me and her were outside. Nobody's there. It's around midnight. We're in a parking lot. To go around the building we're at to go take a piss, and nobody's there. And it's me and her. It's midnight, and a dude literally is like filled into reality on a phone, like nothing just happened.
Jeez.
Are they robots? Are they just fillers in the matrix? Like what?
I don't
Because
know what they are. The one I saw was completely shadow black. I mean, he had no features and he looked two-dimensional. But they appear out of nowhere and then they disappear.
yeah,
seen
they're
videos
people,
like
but they're not people. Like
No, they're not like us. No, I don't think so. But this guy, he was not dressed for the area. I lived on St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. Nobody dresses in a suit down there if they're not in government. And even then, they don't. And this guy was dressed in a suit with the outline was he had the coat or the jacket and the pants and the hat. And it was like a silhouette from the 40s.
right.
And he was pitch black and people were passing in front of him and behind him like they didn't even notice him. And I'm standing in Donegan's Gata staring at him and I'm like, what am I looking at? I looked down to get a check that the waitress brought me, and when I looked up he was gone.
Just disappeared.
Yeah, just not there.
Wow.
First he's
Well, at
there, then he's not there. And
At least
for
I
the
know other
longest
people have
time,
witnessed
thought my
this.
eyes were I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. I just kept staring at him.
Well,
Right.
the thing that kind of gets me are the following people. Like that weirds me. Honestly, that really weirds me out.
The what?
It's when me and my husband, we get followed.
Oh, I
It
thought you said the
happened
fallen.
since
Okay.
not fallen, followed.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Oh my
mean
God.
yeah, targeted individuals.
Yeah, they follow us.
Uh-huh.
And I know it sounds odd, but we'll be like, okay, we're gonna go to the grocery store. It's planned. No one's in the parking lot. 0 people. Like 0 cars. We
Oh,
go
right.
in. By the time like 15 minutes, it's packed.
Yeah, it's called gang stalking.
Yeah, gang stalk. Well, I try
Yeah.
not to use that terminology, but yeah, basically that's what it is. I think it creeps me out more using that terminology.
Oh,
I
sorry
wondered.
about
I wondered.
that.
I need an adult. I need an adult.
I've seen it happen, but I've never taken it personally. I mean, what are you going to do? Can you stop it?
No, I don't.
Man,
It's just it's frustrating because we're like, okay, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a work day. Everybody should be at work, right?
Right.
Yeah, like yeah,
And
everybody's
all
at
of a sudden,
work,
boom.
and then we go in to get like food, drive through, anything, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
it's like jam packed, and we've even tried to like kind of go around it and
Uh-huh.
say we're going to one place but drive to another. And that doesn't work either. Yes, we actually did that. We went to like 3 different fast food restaurants to try to confuse them.
you guys have a playbook? You have a playbook that you use?
And I'm like, we're
Audible.
I keep thinking, how boring. I don't feel like I'm gang stalked, and I don't feel like I'm a targeted individual because people pretty much leave me alone. But I don't feel, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel if that would happen to me. I think I've just chalk it up to business hours.
Oh,
It wouldn't
okay.
be personal to me. It would probably make me stand in a parking lot and laugh my ass off, but maybe that's why they don't bother me. They already know I'm nuts.
Man,
But no, I've never been a targeted individual.
there's a guy that Rob from the Typical Skeptic podcast that he's interviewed a few times. And this guy, he was actually he's a targeted individual, and I mean, he's a relevant figure. He was years ago. Like, he's an artist now. Like, and he's a really really smart dude. But he broke a college record, a football record. Like in the maybe the like around 2000 or so. Like I think he caught like it was something with I think he got more touchdowns or maybe more yardage than anybody. And he played for I think Virginia or somewhere, maybe Virginia Tech, somewhere over there. And I remember it happening, but he's a really really cool guy. But he played in the NFL for a very short time, or he got drafted anyway. But I can't remember if he played or not. But he's talked extensively on his experience with like having handlers like since he was a kid, because he is like he's on a different level as far as his thinking goes. But he's also he's he's experienced whatever it is, like the concussion syndrome or whatever that that these football players get because of all the concussions that he's had and things like that. He has a hard time like kind of speaking sometimes, and he'll stutter or like even like formulating thoughts. Like I kind of get that myself just from the one like knock on the head that I got from my car wreck.
Yeah,
Like,
I
and
have a friend who was a professional soccer player, and he has epilepsy from all the times he took hits to the head from the ball. They don't wear helmets.
yeah. Look, but I can't think of the guy's name right now. But he has a pretty good show, and I can't think of the name. I've got it written down somewhere. I'm going to try to find it. But the stories that he has are crazy wild, and like he's known these people, or he's like he remembers. He's got a great memory. Uh, Thankfully, that's still intact. Like for the most part, I guess. But he knows people that he like grew up with. Like was like a friend of his dad's or something. When he was a kid, and he said that 20 years later, he kind of like he lost touch with the guy. Like he was kind of like an uncle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, and then he just didn't see the guy, and like 20 years later he sees him in this really random place. I mean, he's got really crazy wild stories that are just so synchronistic. And
Oh yeah, I used to belong to a mailing list years ago with a lady. This was before there were forums. And the lady that ran it lived in Canada, and she was heavily targeted. And I would just read the people's stories and learn all the things and I noticed that, I had nothing to worry about because none of that happened in my life, but it made me concerned for the people that it happened to. I can't imagine.
Yeah. I just remembered the guy.
To put up with it.
I just remembered the guy's name. His name's Tommy Edwards, and it was like a touchdown record. That's why I remembered it. I kind of remembered that it was. They call him Touchdown Tommy because he like maybe he had 5 touchdowns in one game, and that broke the record.
My cousin Tommy was a race car driver.
Wow.
Tommy Hensley.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that name. I don't follow NASCAR, but I know the name. I used to watch a lot of sports.
I don't follow it much either, as much as I used to, but only because we had a family member.
Yeah, that's cool.
Josh,
you can say I'm related to that.
Yeah. Sai even has she has a relative that works. I think for the pit crew for a Formula One team, which I do follow Formula One, and I want to find out more about that still, Sai.
Yeah, it's my niece's husband.
Yeah, that's cool.
On the pit crew or something for the Formula One.
Well, we were always big fans, or I was always a big fan of the Indy 500 or the Indy and the Daytona.
Yeah, like I used to really watch a lot of races there, like SCCA and Indy and Formula One. But that's cool, very cool. And I went to school. I don't know. I doubt. You said he was a professional soccer player. Like, is that in the U.S.?
No, actually, he's Lebanese, and he played for Russia.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I went to school with I went to school with him and his brother. I think the soccer player is actually like a year younger than me, but he went to he played for the U.S. team. I think maybe two. Clint Dempsey. Uh, he was like really good, but then he kind of fell off. I don't know what happened there, but
Athletes
yeah,
age out.
yeah.
Okay, we got to do a co-host check. Josh, are you alive?
I'm alive.
Are
Yeah.
you? Is he breathing?
I'm talking.
Alright.
Have I been muted this whole time?
Yeah, no, sorta.
I felt your presence, Josh. I felt your presence. You know.
I just want to make sure, David, you okay too?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright.
My phone's not charging like it should be.
Oh yeah.
So
Keep forgetting about that. Yeah, man. StreamYard just absolutely destroys my battery.
You
Like
know,
it
that did it to
really.
mine last night, but tonight I finally got my app working and it's better on the app.
Oh, interesting. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I hope that will work for me if I try that.
Yeah, I
Thank
kept
you.
having sound issues on the web
Yeah.
browser. So
I
when
Okay.
didn't even know there was an app.
yeah,
Yeah. I
there
mean,
Yeah,
is.
there's a StreamYard app.
Yeah.
wow.
But it hadn't
Okay.
worked for me for a while there back in November, December. I couldn't figure out why, and it's working now.
Okay. I wonder if that's like were you having like audio issue? I know you were having the feedback and stuff, but like,
I was getting disconnected. I would all of a sudden get muted, and then I'd have to go out and come back in.
yeah, I think I've had that, but I don't know. I think it's my phone, even though I've had it for a while and I haven't really dropped it until I did tonight, actually. But it landed on the carpet, thankfully, and the carpet and something else. But like my speaker, I've noticed it like during streams on Sandy streams mainly, where like it seems like one of my speakers is going out, but I can't tell if it's like her connection or somebody else's connection that's on the show, and like it'll come back
Are you
without
using
me
the
being.
web-based StreamYard?
Yeah, I
That's
think so.
probably why.
I think I am. I guess I am. Yeah.
Yeah, but what happens is it gets a lot of people on it, and then you get kicked off.
Okay. I
And it's
kind of.
not a lot of people on one channel; it's just a lot of people on the server.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think the issue that I'm talking about, I think it is like a hardware issue, but I don't know why it would be doing that, but I feel like
Download
that's
the
kind
app
of
and
what
see
it
if
is.
it works better for you.
Yeah, I will. I will. That's good advice.
And then you don't have
And
to type in the whole string. You just, when you go into a panel, you just type in that part after the .com
okay.
and the
Well, yeah.
slash, you just put that last part in.
Okay, I've always just followed the link that whoever sends me the link, I just go to that, and I've never had to actually key in anything. But
I
okay,
just cut and paste.
yeah, yeah,
Anyone
right,
who wants to join, it is an open panel.
yeah,
Link is in
yeah.
the chat.
Try to take me over. See if you can outtalk me.
Oh, I don't think anyone can outtalk you, Buns. I don't think anyone.
Yeah,
Josh?
Yeah, no, you have that. You have that title secured.
yeah. My stories may not go anywhere, but they keep going and going.
We love it though, Buns. We love
Good, good.
we love it though.
Oh,
No, but when I'm saying that these people follow me, so it's like if I buy something at the grocery store and I want to go buy it again, it's kind of like good luck because
Yeah,
they
right.
buy the stuff that I want.
Oh, the whatever you want to call. What do you call them then? Since you don't call them, uh,
I just call
yeah.
them followers. They follow me. I don't know what to
Okay,
call them. Like
okay.
the gang stalking kind of weirds me out. It
Yeah.
really does.
Okay. I don't really like that term. The
Yeah.
term, it sounds weird, but yeah.
why don't you turn it on them?
And do what? Follow them? I don't want to follow them. I got better
No,
things
but
to do.
if it happened to me in a parking lot, I'd get my phone out and walk around, start taking pictures of license plates. And
I
I
don't
wouldn't
think
give
they
a
even
shit who
know that
saw
they're
me doing
doing it
it.
though.
Huh?
I don't think they know that they're doing it. And
No,
that's
gang
the thing.
stalking, they know they're doing it.
No,
Yeah,
that's why
if that's what it is.
I don't call it that because I don't think these people know. They're just random people that show
No,
up
they're
where I'm at.
yeah, maybe, but yeah, I think I'm with Mud Rabbit. Really, I think on that after what I've heard, because I've listened to this guy Tommy because he's a cool guy, and like what he's talked about. I mean, he like these people have been in his life like for a long time, and he is like he's a gifted individual for sure in many different ways. Like I mean, he's very much like Heather, like I was talking about the subtle realms. He's not he's not as articulate, but I think that's because of his head injuries and all that. And maybe he's just maybe he's just a little bit better in that sense there. But yeah, everything that he does is awesome. Like he can do anything. Like he's musically inclined, he's artistically inclined. He's gone out of body. He's very observant, very smart, and just he's got it all. And he can play football, like all these things. And
Nice.
but he's talked about his like ex girlfriends that he's had, and how like there's crazy stuff that's gone on there. That kind of makes me. I mean, I don't know. I've heard recent things like about stuff like that, and
Sometimes it's spirit attachments. Actually, in a lot of cases, it's spirit attachments. And these attachments, when two people are together, they like the person that the one
working
that they're
for.
attached to is
Oh,
with.
okay, okay,
So when there are breakups, that any normally reasonable person, let's say it's the girl,
hmm
who has always been normal and reasonable within the relationship, all of a sudden becomes psycho bitch.
yeah,
Yeah, that might be an attachment of some
yeah.
sort.
Well,
Because
like
that
that's kind
now
of
they
what.
can no longer narcissistically feed off of the other one.
Yeah, I just wonder how often that happens. I mean,
Quite a bit.
there's probably not that many people that are at least as like gifted and talented as people like we've talked about. But I mean, you can kind of tell those people. I mean, I don't know. I've heard. I mean, I've seen him before, and he doesn't. He actually he doesn't. He doesn't. I don't think he has that. Like you can tell when somebody like glows out of their eyes, like when you,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in person. But you can see that online too.
They have a big
And
old aura.
like I mean, I don't really see that. I mean, but yeah, that's pretty
You
much I guess
feel it.
what I see.
You
Yeah,
feel it.
you notice it's noticeable,
It comes through their
and
personality.
yeah, and those people are rare, like very rare, at least in my experience, and they should be. I feel like, and like he doesn't like I haven't really seen that from him, but that might be from his head injuries too. Like he kind of has lost that glow out of his eyes, but he's really passionate. And I mean, I know a bunch of people that really I feel like are like very well could be like that, and those people are almost. I feel like they're going to definitely be like followed or whatever or
Have you
handled.
ever
And
read any of the books by Carlos Castaneda?
no, no,
He
I
talks
acted like I
about
had to think about that, but no.
he talks about the energy field of the body and how for most people the energy, if he could give it something for people to understand it, is down around the feet and the toes. It's not in the whole body because we waste so much energy doing other things. So when you have something like my brother has a severe head trauma, he was level 5 on the Los Alamos scale.
Mm.
So I understand this dynamic.
Huh.
It takes the body quite a bit of energy to heal from something like that.
Yeah.
So their personality is going to change, and depending on how severe the head injury is, they could be a totally different person by the time they heal, and it's going to be years for them to heal. So yeah, the light goes out in their eyes because that's a pretty massive trauma.
Yeah, like physically, like you're saying, healing, like
Yeah,
in the
it
mind.
saps your energy literally. So if you
Yeah.
were one of those types of people, and like you said, you saw the light go out in his eyes, that's why.
Well, I didn't see it go out.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
don't see
the
it. Yeah.
metaphorical light, I understand
Yeah.
exactly what you mean.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah. That's cool. Uh, Could you say that author's name again?
Carlos Castaneda. I'll get you Amazon search of his books.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm not by my chat again. I'm outside, but I appreciate you, Mud Rabbit, as
Mud
always.
No
Rabbit, don't
problem.
break buttons. Don't
Yep,
break
yep,
buttons.
yep. Half
Don't
a
break
Mud Rabbit is
Yeah.
more productive than like all of us times two. I think.
The first book is called Carlos Castaneda, A Yucky Way of Knowledge. And don't take, the guy does stuff like peyote and mushrooms, but he's got somebody taking him through it. And what he's done is he's chronicled everything he's learned through all the books, and it's very useful.
Okay.
So we don't have to take those things. He's telling us what it does. And
Yeah.
But that's not as much fun listening to somebody else tell us.
oh man, you read these
You're more of a
books.
hands-on reader or hands-on learner, huh, Josh? Yeah.
Exactly.
I can
Yeah, you
relate.
Just for
don't- you don't-
entertainment purposes, you two.
This is for
We can talk
entertainment purposes only. So this is the Amazon search for his books, and the first book is on the upper left is the one that you start with.
Okay. How
There are
recent are these
so
books?
many insights in these journeys he took about how to guard your energy,
Cool.
where it manifests, how to grow it.
Wow.
You
Yeah, I've
know,
never heard
it's-
that about the feet. I've never heard that about the emphasis on the feet. Like that's
Well,
super
it's
interesting.
more like a metaphor to explain how little energy we as humans
Oh.
retain, because our whole body
Yeah.
is supposed
Okay.
to glow with energy. And people under the influence of those things see it.
Yep.
So he's chronicling what he's seeing and what's being taught to him by this Indian who's guiding him. And the Indian's real. And it really makes a lot of sense, you know, when you look at your day-to-day life and all the responsibilities and the taxes and the things that have to be fixed in your house. And it really does take all that energy out of your body. Imagine what we could be if we didn't have all of these commitments.
Yeah. Yeah. Commitments.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of Howdy Mikowski?
Yeah.
Not me.
What's
Yeah.
that?
I haven't.
No,
I have.
we'll check it. It's very similar to what you're saying.
Mm.
Okay.
He was I think he's from Canada,
Yeah.
but I mean he tells his story, so I'm not going to tell his full story, but basically he had an experience like that in his
Yeah.
life. Like he had a girlfriend pass away, like get murdered back in the early
Oh
90s.
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And he was like he was a hockey player or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he
Little
just
hockey
went
club.
into a deep depression and was like, what is the point of all this?
Yeah, right.
Like she did everything she was supposed to do in life, and this is what happens,
Yeah.
you know. And he sought out people that you'll never hear on YouTube, never hear, like, and basically had to deal with his own inner life,
Mm-hmm.
and healed his own inner soul, like through the practices that he did with some native dude.
He took the journey.
Yeah, and dealt
Yeah.
with all the programming and all the behavior modification and all the ways that we try and develop who we are based on who they tell us we're supposed to be.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there's another book. Have you heard of The Alchemist?
Yeah.
That's another one. I don't.
Yeah.
Did he write that? Did Carlos Castaneda didn't write that? Did he?
I don't know. God, it's been so long.
But there's also Don Miguel Ruiz is someone in our lifetime. I don't know
I've read his book.
his books, The Mastery of Love and the Four Agreements.
Yes, the Four
Yeah, you were talking
Agreements
about him
is
last
something
night.
that really resonated with me because I do work with stones. I do readings with
Because it's
crystals.
It's the
Cool.
concept that basically when we're born into this dream world.
Yeah.
And that this is all just a form of a dream that we come into, and everybody's dreaming their own reality, in the sense that whatever we accept as life here and the concepts with our own inner life, we create that dream as we
Right.
live.
And the thing that makes it real is our free will.
Right. Yeah. Well,
We
when
make
I was young, I
choices.
could lucidly dream. I was aware, like I'd dream, and I was aware of the dream. I started practicing those practices when I was in my 20s. I was like,
Wow.
I'm going to go to sleep because I had nightmares. I had night terrors and nightmares, and I had dark and negative energies harass me
Wow.
from the Christian programming when I was young.
Man.
And so well, like I was in a horrible program that's
Yeah.
now exposed. They made a movie called Jesus Land. And it's about the program I went to. The place had been around since like I think 60s, but it was extremely abusive. And people had dark negative attachments from that place. And all of us went different routes in life. But it's really how you framed the experience. But in and of itself, it every kind of abuse that you thought of could happen there. Like anything that could have happened to abuse someone happened. But they made a movie finally about it, and at the end of in the trailer they say when they're leaving the program, the director guy says nobody will believe you about what we did.
Wow.
And
Famous
it's
last
true.
words.
It's true though. Like when we went there and we came back out, because we were the problem of our family, and it was put on us because maybe we did drugs or we got involved in whatever it was.
Right.
They blamed us for the problem in the family system.
Yeah.
There's always a scapegoat.
We were the scapegoats of our family.
Yeah.
And
Well, the
so when
nice
we
thing
get
about-
out, go ahead.
The nice thing about these books and reading about it is you learn about the dangers on the other side, and he clearly explains what those are. And that fascinates me because it helps me understand what happens in this reality when I see the weird stuff.
Well, I think there's anybody going to those types of places. I watch John Trudell. Have you ever listened to him?
No.
He was a native dude from the 60s, 70s movement, the AWOL movement, and he basically pissed the CIA off really horribly.
Oh, there's a lot of those out there.
So in the end, they said you got to quit doing this, and we couldn't kill you or put you in prison. So you can go be on the world stage. Like you can have your.
Why couldn't they get rid of him? Like they've gotten rid of other people.
Why would they get rid of somebody they can use as a preacher?
Oh,
exactly.
Okay, I get you.
So that's a gold mine.
Yeah. So they pretty much were like, we can't beat you, so will you just be on the world stage and speak what we allow you to speak? Like,
wow.
So he went.
Had a lot of those down through history.
Right.
If you left.
Right. So basically, he ticked them off to the point where they were just like, "All right, you got to quit doing this, but you can do this."
Man.
And he just talks about how we're living in a machine programming consciousness, and how to recover who you really are and recover your identity as a human being.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what the clowns would have us believe.
Right.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a really, really interesting viewpoint, and
What gets me about these people is how complicated they make it.
You mean the higher ups or the?
I'm talking about any quote religion unquote.
Okay.
They make it so damn complicated to reach God or to reach Jesus. They make it so damn, and then you get these people, the evangelicals in, Joel Osteen, Benny Hinn, what gives? Really, what gives? I mean, what rituals do we have to know now? What thing do we have to give energy to now?
And that's what
Every
Trudell is
single
talking about.
one of them. Yeah, and it sucks it right out of your body and
That's
out of your pocketbook, because money is a representation of how much energy you retain. This is
what he talks
why,
about.
yeah, this is why they say that the predator of this world, and there's a big predator, it keeps our energy down around our feet so that we can't fill our whole cup, so to speak. We're
And
empty.
that's what he identified in the
Yeah.
religious systems. And real
Mhm.
spirituality is developing you,
Yeah.
because it is about taking our energy from ourselves so that we can support these systems that use us as a means to drain our our life out of us. And
Yeah.
at the end of it all, you find out that it's a money system. It's a money scheme.
It's a control
And
mechanism.
yeah,
That's what
Because
it is.
right now it's getting to the point where even money doesn't mean anything. It's all about
Yeah, that's what I
control.
was wondering.
Yeah.
Is that like the very bare bones, like the final? Is that the final
They've already got all the
reduction?
money. What more can
Yeah,
they
yeah.
get?
What are they getting really? Like there's got to be something more than that. Then
It's us.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
us. And people
yeah.
don't want to believe that. It's us, people. Don't be a commodity. Be ungovernable.
Yeah,
So
that's
okay,
right. Anarchy. No, I'm kidding. Jaws kidding you too for
hey, I'm
energy.
down.
Here,
I'm down.
they
Yeah,
they
that's
were
fine.
let me
in the
fist pump the air
Bibles.
here.
I think the Geneva Bible actually talked about evil governments or
Yeah.
evil governors, and they
It's in our
removed that and
Constitution.
changed it. Yeah,
It's in our Constitution that whenever a government becomes like that it's up to the people. It's our right. It's our duty to overthrow them.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. That's a long road.
Keep your eye open. 2026 is going to be real fun.
Yeah.
Don't you understand what just happened today?
No, I was
Listen.
asleep today.
One sec.
Literally,
Oh,
like
One second.
literally, not
One sec.
I'm
figuratively.
not going to go
But
into it here, but go watch it on the news.
okay.
One
Wow.
one
Yeah.
Not the
second.
mainstream. Not the
Huh.
mainstream.
Yeah. Well, I
Josh,
would
you still
never. I would
alive?
never.
Yeah.
Not
Wake up
anymore.
call.
Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll have to check that out.
One
It's the
second,
first
people.
domino.
Okay. Oh
Josh,
wow.
you still with
I'm still here.
Bunch?
Yeah.
Okay.
There he is.
Yeah.
I'm like, is he still? Well, what's your opinion on the whole thing? We
I don't
haven't
know.
heard
I
much
don't
from
know.
you.
I guess
Huh.
I have a hard. I mean, I haven't really thought about it too much. I just kind of yeah. That's kind of why I've been being quiet. It's like I don't really have a whole lot of
I'm
knowledge on
excited.
the subject. So you're excited about what?
I'm going to be so excited about 2026.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Like just
Mhm.
yeah, just knowing that. Like I might not even have to watch any news. Like so, I'll just go with that.
I don't think I don't think too much with organized religion. I think organized religion is a control factor.
A
I
lot
Yeah.
of
think
that's going to fall too.
Yeah.
well,
I think
it's
God
all
is
about our
always
power.
God is always with you.
It's
Yep.
been falling. It's been falling. I feel like. I mean, it still has a lot of impact and a lot. It still holds true with a lot of people, but like the traditions and the beliefs, like they've been falling. I feel like they've been getting weaker. To me, from
I
my
think a lot
perspective.
of Christians, this is my opinion only, but I think a lot of Christians are going to get a major wake up call. There's nothing wrong with their attitudes and their beliefs, but they're missing a lot of knowledge. We are missing a lot of knowledge. There's a lot I'd like to know that I can't
Yeah.
find out, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Right.
think Christianity in particular is going to get a wake up call.
Yeah. See, I've
And
never
there's
understood the
nothing wrong.
separation.
There's nothing wrong with people who need religion and
Right.
who cherish religion. So if there's anybody out there who are religious people, we're not telling you not to be. We're
Yeah.
not against
Yeah. Right.
religion.
Just
Right.
be
People
open
do
to, just be open
people
to,
do need that stuff from time to time, and I understand it. For me personally, it was more of a weight, that
More
pulled
of a
me
weight.
down
Okay.
the
Yeah.
weight that
Yeah.
Yeah.
pulled me down instead of lifted me up when I started taking like the Bible for the lessons and the stories and the morals. I feel like I understood it more, and not only that, but I got closer to God,
Yeah.
and I
And
got
You don't need
closer to
you don't
how
need
old
an
were
Jesus.
you?
interpreter. You don't need some interpreter telling you what they think it is or what they have been taught it was.
How
Like it's
old were
very
you when you came to that conclusion?
I came to that conclusion sort of when I was younger. Like I read the Bible, the Quran, the Torah,
Mhm.
when I was in my teens.
Mhm.
And I just never seemed to fit. It just never fit me as a person,
Yeah.
but I knew I was a good person. And I knew I believed in Jesus. I believe in Jesus. I knew I believe in God. So I was like, it just doesn't vibe. There's just
Yeah.
certain things, and Bible. I taught Bible, Sunday school. I worked in a Methodist um, uh, church for preschool, and a lot of the things that were taught to these kids, I was kind of like, I had a problem
Hmm.
telling a child that they had to memorize, I can only serve one master. That was one of the hardest things I had to teach them because I was like, it seemed like it was fear based instead of love based. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I had that push and pull with that.
It
So
doesn't jive. It doesn't make sense at some point. And I think I hit that point at about 14. It just didn't make sense to me anymore. It's like, why do I have to come here every Sunday when I've got all 7 days of the week to say prayer?
and the
Yeah.
fact
Why do I need somebody? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I need
And the
somebody to?
passage, do not forsake the congregation, doesn't mean forsake, do not forsake the church. If he's telling us to come out of her.
well, the thing was I kind of grew up like in Catholic household, but we were only practicing special occasion practicing Catholics. So when I started my religious journey as a teenager, and I went and talked to priests, I went to talk to pastors, I went and talked to cantors even, and none of them could answer all my questions.
Yep.
I had all these questions, and
No answers.
they weren't based on like a I'm going to prove you wrong because I was so young. They were, I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, I
Right.
want to know the answer. It wasn't like I'm there to argue. I was not like the millennial, a lot of the millennials of today that just want to right, fight, argue,
Right.
Yeah.
and debate. I wasn't like that. It wasn't a debate. I wanted to know. I wanted to actually know the information that they
Yeah.
had, and they couldn't help me. Like it was like they were just like,
Does not compute.
Yeah.
yeah, it was not computing with them. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to a priest and he's like, gave me the 10 commandments and he's like, here you go. And I'm like, I already know them, but I
I
want
want
to
to
know
know something
more.
else.
Right. I want to
Yeah.
know more. Tell me more and not just tell me, a verse out of a Bible. Tell me something that's going to fit into my life.
Yeah.
It's weird. I
And
did that on the political front. When I got tired of church, I just left. I didn't, no trauma, no questions, no nothing. I just thought, well, this isn't suiting me. But what I would do is I would call places like the mayor's office or the fire department and say I was doing a report for school and ask questions.
Uh,
And you'd
Wow.
be surprised how many people would tell you things,
right. It
and you
was
learn a
just,
lot
I went to a cantor. If anybody doesn't know what a cantor is, they are like the head
in the
of
temple.
in the synagogue. The
Yeah.
Okay.
synagogue.
I thought you said cancer. I thought you were talking that like I was like, okay, that makes
No,
more sense.
cantor.
No, a cantor.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
rabbis, and then above them is a cantor. So I went to a cantor, and he's like, "You're Christian?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, go talk to your priest or your pastor." And I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
no. The
But
whole
what if
reason
I want
why
to convert?
I came to you is because I wanted to know what you know, like that. If I,
I need a
it was,
cancer. I need a cancer.
Yeah, but they're not that's the whole
God,
thing about Judaism. Unless you really make an effort to get in, there's a lot you don't learn because you're still goyim. There's a lot they won't tell you because you're still not Them.
Well, that was the weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're not in the
started
club.
this,
Right.
I'm not in a club. I started this journey in, high school as a teenager. And I don't, I told some of you this, but anybody listening, again, it's half Italian, half German, raised as Catholic.
Yeah.
I decided to take Hebrew as my second language. Blonde hair, blue eye did not fit in with the cross around my neck. It did not fit in. Which one of those things did not belong there?
One of these things aren't like the other.
So I walk into class and I'm the only non-Hebrew Jewish person, non-Hebrew person there. So yeah, I definitely stood out. But I was trying.
You were Shebrew.
I was Hebrew. I was trying every which way I could.
Wow.
I
Wow, that's
am
pretty cool.
so glad I spent my teen years in Miami because I had so many
Wow.
different ethnicities to learn from. And I had so much fun being a teenager, I swear. I
Hmm.
had my Jewish friend and her mother and her family. Her mother, when I was pregnant, would just fawn all over me. We'd be in the car and she would close the AC vent on my side. And I'd ask her why. And she goes, "We don't want the baby to catch a cold." You know, it's like she'd bring me food when I didn't feel good. I lived in Little Havana with all the Cubans. I grew up with the kids that came over on the Freedom flights. So
Mm.
I heard stories, and
Wow.
you've got such a melting pot. Even back in the 60s and the 70s, you had a big melting pot in Miami.
And let me write
So
that down. Miami is a good place for fun. Okay.
yeah, Miami's a good place to learn about different cultures. And when I moved to North Carolina, I felt kind of out of place for a while because everybody was the
Oh,
same.
right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't get back to Florida fast enough.
And yeah, that would be a culture shock for sure.
Yeah, but I learned a lot, and it's
Yeah.
amazing the
Yeah.
things that you learn when you listen to other people from other cultures. You don't it's there's
Wow.
gems there. There
Yeah.
are so many little diamonds, just listening to these people. You learn things.
It's also like kind of, I mean, you can like learn like the wrong things from different cultures too. Like, it just kind of
Well,
depends how
that's where
lucky
you
you are.
learn to discern. That's where you
Yeah.
learn to discern,
Yeah.
Discernment,
you have to
judgment.
kind of look at your own culture and ask yourself, is this acceptable? And if
Yeah.
it's not, then just be polite and don't say anything and nod, you know, because you
Or
don't
Yeah.
want to insult them.
if it's
Yeah.
right with you, if it's something that pulls at the inside of you, are
Yeah.
you going against your who you are as a person and who
Yeah,
God built you to be? And I think that's important too.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You have to stay true to yourself, and they'll respect you for that.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with them, but you don't have. It's the same with anybody. You don't have to agree with anybody, but you don't have to be rude.
See, like it's funny though. Like I had this thing. I know it is a thing. Like I don't know what it's called. I haven't looked into it that much, but I do know that people do this a lot. Like I've heard comedians talk about it and stuff. But like Dave Chappelle actually has talked about it. But
Oh, I love him.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Like the old school, the old Dave. I mean, yeah, they're both funny, but uh,
He's
I
good.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's. It's not the same Dave Chappelle. Like really, like just.
Have you listened to him lately?
Yeah, yeah,
He's
I
blowing
know, but
whistles.
but before that, like he sold out, and Dave wouldn't have sold out. Like I really,
That
No,
ain't
he
anyway.
didn't
him.
sell
Yeah.
out. He disappeared.
Well, yeah, yeah, no, I know, but when he came back, like when he first came back and made like his one
Right.
appearance or whatever, like
Okay.
it was him, but
Right. I
then
saw it. But do you understand what's happening in Hollywood right now?
no,
And
I don't. I
everything
try to.
else that
I've
was
been
going on in the periphery with that group
yeah,
of people. So you have to kind of take all of that into consideration.
yeah.
And if he's trying to make a comeback, he's got to tiptoe lightly. But if you listen to him, he's progressed and now he's blowing whistles.
Yeah, yeah, I see that, but I
Mm-hmm.
really, I'm so convinced that that time, like when he was doing, like when he was kind of playing that puppet role, which I mean, it was crazy
Yeah.
to see that. He was still funny. He was still funny, but he
He
was
wasn't the same.
he
He
was
wasn't the
preachy.
same.
He was way more preachy, and he wouldn't have been ever like that unless
That's
he,
because
you
they
know.
have to.
Yeah, I'm not. I
Yeah.
do. I was aware of that, and I really wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because I mean, he was my favorite comedian by far. I
Yeah.
guess
Just be
at that time.
assured he didn't sell out.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I think it's
It's
either it's
just
a,
becoming freer for
no,
him to talk. It's you're going to see
yeah,
that with not just him. You're going to see that with a lot of them.
yeah. But just
Well,
like going like
what
what I was.
what do you I'm not trying to what do you think about how Jim Burr, who knew him, said he doesn't even know if that's him?
Yeah, you're not
I
asking me
mean
that.
that
You
comes
know,
from a
things,
dude who
I
Yeah,
spent a
know,
lot
but
of time with him.
things
yeah.
like that are always going to circulate and things like that are always going to pop up. And that's where you have to discern for yourself.
I
And
kind of
if you know what's happening behind the scenes, then you can pretty much suss it out. Problem
well.
is, people don't go that deep.
Well, there's also like I feel like Jim Brewer might be. I mean, I know
He's
that they
another
were.
one. He's another one, and he's blowing whistles now too.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I mean, like people that are pushed like that, like that are. I mean, he was famous, beforehand, before his YouTube stuff, and
Oh,
but
they
then he kind of.
blackballed him though.
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, he's getting pushed out there. You see him a lot, like, on YouTube and on
Yeah, I'm
like he's
subscribed
saying
to
a
him.
lot.
I've always been a
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he came here and my buddy got his autograph on his hat, or my ex buddy. And he's funny and he's smart, and it's just I feel like people that are pushed out there, just like when you see things over and over again on the news, or in different places, when it's overly pushed, or not even overly, but just when you see it a good bit, I feel like that's there's a reason behind that, and it's like it's being set up kind of. They're out there,
Yeah,
maybe they are telling the truth,
there's a
but they're
reason they
muddying the
all
water at the same time. It's like
yeah,
Alex Jones kind of
there's a reason that they all
built it.
started slowly speaking out in 2025.
There's a reason behind that being
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
everything is timed right now.
Hmm. Okay.
Like I
Well,
said, go watch the alternative news after the show tonight. Go to X or go to YouTube or whatever. Go to Red Pill 78. You can go to any of the alternative news and see what's happening. And they'll tell
okay,
you
yeah,
about it.
right,
And he is the
right.
first domino, this person.
Okay. They're out of the picture now, or is that? Well, I'll just watch it. You said
They're
Red Pill 78. Yeah.
Red Pill
Okay.
78, Zach Payne.
Okay. Okay.
He's on YouTube.
All
Oh,
right.
really? I haven't seen Red Pill 78 for years.
They're back. They all came back. All of them. Not too long ago, YouTube reinstated all the shows with all of their subscribers and all of their archives and everything.
Oh, cool.
But
I'm
yeah, like
going
what I
to
was.
pause for a minute. I need to
Sure.
step away for a second, and I'll be right back.
Sure. All right.
Oh, how dare
Uh,
she? How dare
Ah,
she?
my monster is starting to growl. I have to go take
Okay.
care of it. I'll be right back.
all
Take
right.
care of the monster.
Um, what I was saying, like about the Dave Chappelle thing, though, like what I was originally going to say was we were talking about the different cultures and how like learning from them, and showing not trying to insult them or whatever if you don't agree with whatever you're learning from them, or whatever they're showing. Uh, like I feel like I'm man, it's so hard for me to be around, not be around, but it's because I, if I'm if I'm hanging out with like a different family, like a different, like from a different part of the world, or a group of people, and I tend to take on their accent, like when I'm speaking or trying to like speaking with them, even if there's like a language barrier or whatever. Like I will speak like them, like no matter what, and I don't do that on purpose. And I know people do that, like for whatever reason, and I'm bad about that, and I'm really self conscious about it. Like I'm not trying to make fun of them or anything, but I feel like they feel that I am like all the time, so it's difficult for me to hang out and be cool with like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you do it by an accident? Like it's just like
I
kind of
feel like I'm
like
kind of trying to relate to them. Like I'm trying to maybe something like that. I don't know why. I don't know why it is. Really, it's just naturally I gotta do that. Like I told you about that. Like the the uh the like effeminate dude that went on the theater trip to England. Like he was like I was
oh
like
my
taking
god.
I was like actually like I was videoing the crown jewels, which you're not supposed to do. Like I was like trying to do it covertly or whatever, and which I did, but I still got spotted by the guard, and he was cool with it. But yeah, you're not supposed to take pictures of the crown jewels for whatever reason. I mean, that's freaking weird. But I was doing it to be rebellious because I was like 15 or 16 or however old I was. But yeah, one of the dudes that he was in theater and he like scooted in front of me. I didn't really know the guy. He was like a grade ahead of me or whatever. I knew him a little bit from because we had been there for a few days, and like he was very effeminate. And like I'm doing this picture, and he like ducks down in front of me, and I'm like on my camera or I'm using my actual it was a video camera or whatever, and I'm like. Hey Mikey, like it sounded like him, and because I was talking to him, and I was like, I don't talk like that.
Oh
It's just
my
like Dave,
god.
like,
Buttons.
"Hi, how you doing? Fine, how are you?"
Oh
It's like the
my
same
god.
thing. Like, and I was like, "What the
No.
hell? What just came out of my mouth?"
No buttons. No.
But that was like, yeah, that was when I first realized that I do that, and I do that for like cultures, like people like that, and or whatever. Like it doesn't matter. Like I try to. It's like I don't know. I think it's maybe natural. I mean, it's got to be. I hope it's. I mean, because I don't know why else I would be doing it. I'm not trying to manipulate anybody or anything, but I can't help to do. I have to do it. Like I have to really try not to do it if I'm if I'm talking to people. Like I have to concentrate on it to not do that. I don't know. I don't know. I guess you guys aren't relating to that at all because I'm getting a lot of crickets.
I just want to
Man,
help you. Like I want to have people on with different accents just to watch you do
That's what I was gonna say.
it. Me and Josh, we could do a double stream on his channel and on mine and be like, just we got to think of different people to come on
well, you know
just to
what's
see if
weird?
buttons
You know what
match.
So we can get push. We can get you to change your accent. We can
I'm
get you to
actually
change it every time someone comes on. So you'll be Indian, and then you'll be Pakistani, and then you'll be Chinese, and
Oh
yeah,
my god.
I can do pretty good ones
then
with
you'll be
some of
African,
those. Some of them
then
you
you'll be
might not be able to
English.
tell.
I would like to hear Buttons do an English accent.
Yep, actually, my English isn't so great, but my Indian's
British,
pretty good. My Indian's
British.
pretty good. Yeah,
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 British.
my British. That's I believe how it's pronounced. British.
British.
Then we can get you to get a Boston accent.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I was just kind of thinking about that, and for some reason, like Staley's accent, it
And then
threw
New
me. Like
York,
that.
New York.
Yeah, I like doing that one. I'm not sure why that is, but like yeah, the Philly, because I know a lot. I'm pretty good friends with a lot of people that are in Pennsylvania. I guess maybe not so much Philly. I mean Philly now, but yeah, I know a lot of people up there, and I don't actually do that with them for some reason. I don't know why that is, and
Yeah, I never heard you try to do it with me.
well,
And I have a Philly
I've
of all
tried it,
Philly
but
accents. I
it
am
went
Philly
unnoticed.
vaccinated.
So I kind of shut up, and I got to work on it more, I guess.
I don't
I'm
really
over here in
notice
the
it.
corner crunching.
I don't really notice a Philly accent too much with you, Sai. Uh,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, I have a Philly accent. and definitely still have the Philly accent. Didn't go away.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will go away. Um, I know
Huh.
people down here can't understand me. They have a really hard time when I
Huh.
talk. So they kind of look at me and I'm like, I have to speak a lot slower. And I try to take on some of their lingo, like y'all. It just doesn't sound right coming from
Yeah,
me.
that's funny. That's funny. Like, okay, I've been in Texas for a long time, pretty much most of my life, and like basically all of my life, pretty much. And I used to be really self conscious about that too. Like, and I never said y'all, and I've kind of in corporate trying to use it a little bit more, and I've kind of let my accent, like my worries about it. I don't know. I guess you don't hear your own accent, kind of.
Y'all is my second language.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be mine, like when I was little. Like I did, yeah. I was like because everybody said it, but when I learned that that was kind of a Texas thing, and I guess I was kind of starting to just kind of I don't know, like learn about that, and
It's
I
a
that stuck
southern
with me.
thing.
Yeah, well, yeah,
It's a
that's right,
southern thing. We even use
right,
it in Florida.
yeah. But
Well,
I
back
started saying you guys, and it took me a while to get used to that. But then I kind of started, yeah, only used that. And then I kind of started thinking like kind of recently that is actually kind of weird in some instances, like I was talking to you and Cy earlier, Mud Rabbit. It was just you two, and I was like, how are you guys? And like I was like,
We use
well,
that
that
too.
yeah, I know, but I
I
mean,
use that
I was
too.
like, I should have said y'all, but I just don't. I used to hate that word though. I used to hate it because of that for whatever
I
reason. I
use
don't
it
know why.
religiously.
Yeah, I'm weird though, so you guys don't listen to me.
It's like it's for
I
me.
mean,
I can say
I'm not
y'all.
saying that you don't. I'm saying don't listen to me. Is what I meant. Just to clarify. Okay, y'all.
Okay. It's definitely when I say y'all, it's forced. It's definitely forced.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I can relate to that because yeah, I've been trying to get back into saying that. And I used to say Coke too, like like give me a Coke, and I meant Dr Pepper, but like I stopped saying that. I started saying soda, and that still sounds weird to me. But that's why I don't drink it anymore. I just gave up on it completely.
You
Well, pop
completely.
sounds weird to us.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
pop
pop
sounds
sounds
that's
bizarre to
yeah,
me.
that's alien. That's completely alien to me.
No,
It's
That's
and down
alien.
here
ridiculous.
we call it what it is. Coke, Sprite, 7-Up. We call it what
Yeah,
it's
yeah, that's what I did. That's what I started doing. I guess probably
yeah.
about the same time that I stopped using y'all. I'm serious though. I would guarantee that's exactly when that started for me. Enough
I
about
say
me though. Enough about me.
enough about you,
Yeah, that's
Let
what I
me
was
tell you
thinking.
something funny about accents.
Josh. Oh my God.
I didn't
I
even
can tell
hear it,
you
but I was
something funny
yeah.
about accents. I have this friend from Lebanon. He grew up
Hmm.
in a French speaking school. You have two choices in Lebanon. You grow up in a French school or you grow up in an English school. You learn a second language. His parents sent him to a French school. So when he speaks English, there is this French, Lebanese, Arabic accent kind of overlaying his English. Well, then he meets a girl and he marries her and they move to Scotland.
Yikes.
I know. We went to
Well,
visit him and
does
I
he work at
couldn't
a call
stop
center
him.
by any chance?
Huh?
Does he work at a call center by any chance?
No, no, Lebanese accent is not at all like Indian accent.
I know.
It's,
I'm just. I mean, I sometimes can't figure out who
no,
I'm
no,
talking to
no.
or what. Yeah,
This guy
yeah.
this guy raises racehorses.
Okay. I thought you were going to
But
say work radio. I was like,
no,
wow.
race horses. He raises thoroughbreds. But
Okay.
he's got the Lebanese accent, which is like a slight Arabic accent with the French overlay. When he speaks English, both those accents come in with a Scottish brogue. And the whole time we were over there, his daughters couldn't understand why I kept laughing at him when he
Wow.
talk.
Wow. I mean, I can't even imagine. Yeah, I can't even.
Oh my God.
I cannot conceptualize that the way that must
So yeah,
sound.
some accents can
Is it
really
like?
be out there.
Yeah.
So y'all ain't easy. Y'all isn't a difficult one.
Man, so I guess the French accent, I was like, that reminds me, because Bomber, like, that's all she has to do is speak a little bit of French. I mean, I think she's like, just her tone, she can get whatever she wants from anybody at any time. I think,
Yeah,
like,
my
you just have to ask it. But then if she does it in French, then it's like, whatever you need,
yeah,
I'll get you two of them.
my aunt is from Brittany. My
Oh, oh,
father's brother's wife. She's from Brittany in France, and she's got that really uppity French accent.
oh,
I
yeah.
can't replicate it, but when you say something she doesn't like, she goes, "Eh, boof."
Oh my
Yeah, like even that, even just like hearing about it, like, I mean, I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
I can't imagine Buttons trying to do a French accent. But real quick, everybody, if you haven't already, please hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, share the channel, share the stream, hit the bell because I do pop-up streams whenever I get bored.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
last night.
Like last night.
Yeah.
I have a good joke, but I'm gonna not say it because I don't want to offend any French people that might be listening.
No, we don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah,
That's probably a
it's
good
strictly about
idea.
my accent, sort of
Yeah,
like my French
we just
accent. But
have adventures in culture and multiculturalism, and I'm telling you, it's a blast learning. I mean, even in my family, we've got different ones. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's
and the
awesome.
cuisine, it's never boring eating dinner.
Oh, right, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm lucky. I've got a bunch of cookbooks that I haven't like even cracked open, and they're great. I mean, they're like personalized, and they have a bunch of notes in them too. Like, I'm lucky my grandmother took such like great care in that, and her notes and her
I gotta write
everything.
down. I should make a cookbook. I learned how to make fish and fungi from a woman down in the Virgin Islands,
Uh,
and oh my
Fish and
God,
what?
it's so good. Fish and fungi. It's an okra and fish
E.
dish with
Okay,
dumplings, and it is so good.
does not
And
compute.
it's good. It's trust me,
Wow.
it's really good.
Okay. I mean,
And
yeah, I don't. I'm not.
I get
I'm
all
not.
these recipes from all over the world that I've learned from these people, and I
Yeah.
learned to make paella from a Cuban lady down in
Yeah.
Little Havana. So it's been an experience. I should
Yeah.
really write a cookbook.
I've heard of that, and I think I used to know what that was. But is that like a fruit kind of thing, or what is that?
What,
Paella.
paella?
Paella. Yeah.
Paella is a seafood dish where you've got
Oh.
all kinds of seafood in it, just about every kind of seafood you can get your hands on, including mussels and lobster
Yeah.
and shrimp and fish. And it's served on this huge bed of yellow rice.
Oh, wow.
It's so good.
Man, that's paella. Wow. That,
Paella.
yeah, it needs a better name because that makes me think of fruit for some reason.
Oh, you're
It
thinking
always has.
papaya.
Papaya.
Yeah.
I said I think I used to know what that was, but I don't think I've ever known what that was
Yeah.
because
It's good.
I would have ordered that back
You
in the
can't order it
day.
in a restaurant. You have to find a
Oh,
restaurant that serves it, and it's usually a Latin restaurant, and you have to call ahead because it takes all day to make.
huh. Wow.
We
Wow.
used to
Okay.
go to this Cuban restaurant in Hollywood, and we would call in the morning to let them know we would like paella.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's like a cool little like I know somebody, I got a guy.
yeah,
That's kind of a cool
I
tip
got a
there. I like
guy.
that.
I
yeah.
I
got a
like that.
guy.
Recipes that not everybody can get their hands on.
Man, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Man, that's like the one. It is the one kind of good thing that I got from my best friend in high school because they came from. I mean, they were American, but well, at least yeah, my buddy and his older brother, they were pretty much like they've been American, but their parents were both from Costa Rica, and like his mom
there's a
was
blend.
yeah his mom was a really good cook and she was cool for a little while, but then she kind of went crazy, and my friend, like, yeah, he became a complete prick and all, yeah, whatever.
It happens.
Yeah. I forgot about. He had an older sister too that I met later, and she was cool and beautiful, but. That's all I kind of. But the good thing, yeah, was the cooking. Like that was there was nothing ever wrong with that. That was always
Never a
good.
dull meal. right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I liked the way that they kind of were. It was, I think they were more probably, it was different. It was different from like all the other friends that I had, but they were really kind of American. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to kind of say there, but
I broke buttons when I told them how things are processed.
you're
How
you're coming in. Okay, there you are. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said I broke you when I told you how certain things are cooked or
Yep.
processed.
This is why you never buy boxed food. They're already putting what is it? They call it something meal, whey meal.
Oh,
It's
right. Yeah.
yeah, it's insects. Don't buy protein
Mm.
drinks. Don't buy anything in a box.
They should call
I
it
was
"Stay Far Away" meal.
Yeah, right.
I was more talking about like how things are killed, how animals are killed, but
Hmm.
um,
Yeah,
particularly
I'm not into
crabs.
murdering and
Not
stuff.
into death.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody
I
is.
guess that's a Philly thing. I guess that's a Philly thing or
It's
whatever.
a fillet. Oh my god. I'm really nice, I swear.
Hey,
Today I'm in there shopping and I never really shop the box aisles, but the way Walmart is set up, you have to go up and down the aisles. I mean, in Publix, I just shop around the outsides, you know, but in Walmart, you have to go up and down the aisles to get everything you need.
Yeah,
And coffee, oats, stuff like that, sugar.
yeah.
But I don't buy the packaged stuff. And I look at other people's, I'm judging you. And if I'm looking at your grocery cart and I see that there's at least a third of processed foods, I'm judging you.
Mud Rabbit has a list at the grocery store, but it's not the same as your list.
Right. No, it's
I
like,
mean, not yeah.
how can you eat that stuff? It's not real food.
That's
But
really funny.
I'll never
That's a
say
good.
anything. I'll never say anything to anybody because it's none of my business. It's just all going on in my head.
But yeah, there's a really great
You're being
synchronicity
judged.
for me. Yeah,
Yes.
that was great. That might be the quote of the night. But no, I really think it might be. I love that. But I've got a really good synchronicity, and maybe somebody, because it's a pretty popular channel, but it's kind of a mainstream channel too, I think. Uh, but it's so bad it's good on YouTube. The guy, he's a writer, and maybe I think he does something else too, but he's pretty funny, and like it's like him, his wife, and it's usually like one of his friends, like one of two friends usually, and he's got like a setup like down in his basement where he watches these movies. He's got thousands of movies, maybe more, like tens of thousands of movies probably, that people send him, and it's always like these movies that are so bad they're good, and they watch
Oh, the
them,
B
and they
movies. Yeah.
yeah, like and I mean, yeah, we've all seen these movies, but like it's fun to watch them and like hear, because he's like they're all pretty funny, like and
Yeah. Yeah.
they have smart things to say. But the one that came
Cult
out, I think
movies. We used to call them cult movies. I used to love those.
yeah,
Can you
yeah, and like
request? Can you request them? Can you request movies from him?
You mean, well, I don't know. You might need to like send it to him, because he has
Oh,
so many. He has a big following, and people send him movies all the time. So, but if you say the right thing, I could see him probably.
I could probably
I,
think of a few movies he hasn't seen
yeah,
yet.
yeah. Like I know that, like I had a couple, and like I thought of them, and he actually, because he does, like, I mean, he kind of goes on kicks, kind of like where he's like watching, like, martial arts movies, or like,
Mhm.
the other like any other time. But like I was thinking of a certain movie, and he watched it like a couple of weeks later. I couldn't believe it, because I knew
Cool.
he had to see it. I was hoping he would, but
God, that used to be my pastime as a teenager, was to find what local cult movie was playing.
oh yeah, yeah. That's funny. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
But the
that
thing
was
was,
movie theaters when they were like $1.75. So
yeah, wow, yeah. But like the movie that he had watched, like I think it was right before Christmas. I say it's a synchronicity, but that's been like, that's going on 2 weeks now. But it felt kind of like yesterday. But whatever the movie was called. I can't remember, but it was like, I think it was called actually Kirk Cameron Saves Christmas.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
And yeah, and like it was kind of funny. Like like these guys, all the people, like all the crew or whatever. Like the dude Jason Brandt is his name, I think. Uh, uh, he
Yeah, James just asked that. Are you talking about Jason Brandt?
Oh, cool, awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He like they didn't know really who he was for whatever reason. I mean, I was a big fan of Growing Pains growing up, and like it just kind of was weird that they didn't know, because they seem to be like really clued in, like most of them anyway. But sometimes they don't know like who somebody is, and it's kind of funny to see their perspective on it. But and like they were watching, they like to watch these movies where it's definitely a thing too, like these, I forget what they call them, but it's like a glory project or something. It's like where the person is like the star, the director, the producer, the writer, and like and it shows in the movie, like they do everything, like they're like the hero of everything. And Kirk Cameron is like, it's like, I knew that he was like a big, or that's what he was wanting to portray, that he's like a big, religious, like, he's like the best Christian in the world, basically. Like he's like the closest to God. Like
yeah. They
I,
used to
I,
put those movies on at night on the Sushi Cinema. You'd have a double feature with the Japanese Godzilla type movies, and then you get
okay,
something like
yeah,
that. And then
yeah.
we'd go to the theaters to see the cult movies like Tunnel Vision.
I don't think I've seen
Anybody
that
out
one.
there, any of you
Yeah,
old hippies out there with me, did you ever see Tunnel Vision or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I
I've
don't
seen
Tunnel
recall,
Attack of
but
the
Vision,
I've seen
Killer
it.
Tomatoes.
Tunnel Vision and Kentucky Fried Movie were the two that
Yes,
really tickled my funny bone.
Melbourne. Oh wait, no, that's I'm thinking about. Wait, is Kentucky Fried Movie? I might be thinking of Saturday the 14th. I think.
No, you want the old movies, the
Yeah, yeah,
Kentucky
oh
Fried
yeah,
Chicken and Tunnel Vision.
Kentucky
This
Fried
is
Movie.
where
Yeah,
one of them is where Chevy Chase and Lorraine Newman made an appearance. It's funny.
in Kentucky Fried Movie.
I think it's in Tunnel Vision. I can't remember which one it
Okay,
is. I think it's Tunnel
okay.
Vision.
Yeah, I have seen Kentucky Fried Movie. I've seen that numerous times. It's been a long time, but that's kind of like a lot of different movies, isn't it? Like it's like a lot of like short stories or whatever. It
It's
seems.
weird. It's just
Yeah,
weird. It's a
yeah, and
cult
it's
movie.
hilarious. It is
Yeah.
hilarious. Like it's genuinely hilarious. Like the movies, like the movies that these guys watch, they're so bad. Like the writing is usually awful. Every once in a while, they'll get like a kind of a famous movie that
Yeah.
but like it's funny their critiques on everything, because he is a writer, and I think maybe he's direct or some. I'm not sure exactly everything he's done, but he knows some of the stars and stuff. He's even had like some of the B movie actors like come onto the show and like watch their movie, and while they're like criticizing everything about it, and it's funny, but yeah, this in this movie, the Kirk Cameron Saves Christmas, which is it is. I mean, and sometimes they don't get the stamp. They don't get the so bad it's good stamp. Like they're like, yeah, no, it's just shit. Like that's what they do. That's what they say. Like they all at the end, they all go through and like either give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down. And but this movie, it was just, it's a glory project or whatever they call it, or he just, it's so bad. It's like a Christmas party, and it's awful. There's nothing happens. It's just horrible, and you're like seeing this in like this gigantic mansion with these beautiful marble floors, and like it's so crazy. But at one point, oh my God, you know what? I'm thinking about that's a completely different movie. The most recent movie. Okay, I just went in that Kirk Cameron rant for no point, because it was a different movie, and it was just a couple of days ago. It was like a horror movie, and they were eating like they. It was the worst writing. It was Maniac, not Maniac Cop. Psycho Cop was the name of the movie, and it was hilarious because it was so bad. But at one point, they the writing. Okay, they were in the kitchen. It was like a group of friends, and their girlfriends. classic horror. That was like the only thing that matched up with any other horror story that you've ever seen. But they had boxes of soup that the lady, like one of the girls had packed, and she was like, I swear I packed 6 boxes of soup and there's only 5. And then the writing and the delivery of everything was awful. But and then she has to go out and find the other box of soup. But they stopped and were talking about that. That's why I went on that tangent, because you were talking about boxes of whatever it was, the meal, the
Box
way.
food.
Yeah. So yeah, I apologize about the Kurt Cameron detour.
Okay, can we take a minute and welcome Astro onto the stage? Astro!
What's up, buddy?
Hey,
How
Astro.
you guys doing?
Welcome
Good, how are you
back.
guys?
Doing well. I'm gonna mute so you guys can talk for a minute.
Yeah, I
Oh
have a
my
question
God,
for
it's
Sai.
a miracle. No, I'm kidding, but
Yeah.
only kidding.
Well, real
Make
quick
sure you
here.
thank
You're
Kurt
talking.
Cameron. Make sure you thank Kurt Cameron for that.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I was just going to say real quick that now you guys have made me sufficiently hungry, and so I have to hop off here because I got to get some food and do a couple of chores that I slept through today that I didn't get done.
Oh no.
But
Right
if
on.
I get them done before you guys are off, I'll hop back.
If we're
hop
still
back on.
here, come on back.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
I think the panel's full now. So if I leave, I think Robert's wanting to come up. So
Yeah.
if the panel's not full, I'll hop back on. But
Well, you can still come on. We'll make room for you.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll still be
yeah.
I'll still be listening.
I'll read.
I'll be listening while I'm out running my errands. So
Cool.
I'll
Cool.
still harass you guys in the chat.
All right, Slacker.
Bon appetit.
All
Bon
right.
appetit. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah. Talk to you guys later.
Talk to
Later,
you
man. Hey, Astral.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, hold on, everybody.
So I had
I
a
want to.
question for Sai. Oh, what's going on?
1 second. I'm going to introduce Robert to the stage. He's new to our community, and please welcome Robert.
So
Hello.
Hi, Robert.
Hey,
Hey,
Robert.
Robert.
How are y'all?
Good. How are
Doing
you?
well.
I am doing very well, thank you.
How you
Hey,
doing,
let
man?
me let other dude ask his question.
Oh, Astro, he said, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Well, it comes with a story too, so yeah. So can like sorcery and black magic and all that stuff, can that cause a Mandela effect, you think? Or can that manipulate it, you think, Sai?
I think it can manipulate it. I don't think it causes it, though. Like, I think the
Okay.
Mandela effect just happens. You know what I mean? At least from what I've seen, it just happens. Nobody asked for it. I don't think that actually seen it, but yeah, I don't
Because
think it helps it.
like 20 something years ago, I was in Hollywood
Okay.
with my friend. And we were just like walking down the strip or whatever, with the stars, like the boulevard or whatever.
Hmm.
And we came across this shop, and this guy like just popped out of this shop out of nowhere, and he was like, I don't know, he was like in his 30s or something. Kind of well dressed. He didn't look like a weirdo or nothing. He was just like a regular dude. And he wasn't dressed like a magician necessarily either. He just had like a well dressed, kind of like a suit vest on type of thing. I think he had like some kind of like fedora hat on. I don't know. But he had like a magic shop, and he came out and he was just, sometimes they come out and they try to get people to come in their store. And he just like looked at us and he's like, hey, you guys want to see a really cool trick? And we were like, yeah, sure. He's like, it's free. He's like, no charge. I won't charge you nothing. I was like, all right, cool. So we go into his shop, and he brings us like these 2 coins, and he's like, all right, I want you guys to look at these coins. And we're like, all right. He's like, inspect them and all that. We just thought this was going to be like a standard magic trick. So we looked at the coins, we inspected them. It had like a big like gold coin that was probably like a little bit bigger than like a 50-cent piece, maybe like as big as like one of those dollar coins. And then he had a smaller coin that was like silver with like green like metal, like I don't know. The point is that they were metal coins, and that's the way they looked. And we looked at them both. We tried to bend them, all that kind of stuff you do to check if something's real. So they were real coins, and he's like, and he gave them to me, or I took them, and he said, okay. He's like, And he told my friend to put out his hand, and he's like, I want you to stack the 2 coins on your friend's hand. And so, and keep in mind, like the magician guy hadn't touched the coins at this point, and he won't for this whole thing. So I stacked the coins in my friend's hand, and he tells my friend, okay, clench your fist as tight as you can. So he clenches his fist as tight as he can, and I'm like sitting right there watching, like making sure that the magician isn't like, you know, trying to like pull any like trickery or anything. And he does, I forgot what he said. He said some weird spell or something, but I wasn't paying attention at the time. And then he went over and he tapped my my friend's, like, you know, like the knuckle of his thumb with his like finger, just like barely too, like barely touched it. And then he tapped the other knuckle over by his pinky. And then he said some weird spell, and he said, okay, open your hand. And then there was one giant coin that was gold with red metal trim. And then he's like, okay, go ahead and look at it. And we looked at it, and it was a real coin. And like, there was no, like, you know, trap doors on it or whatever you want to call it. Like, so I'm thinking about that. Do you think it's possible that that magician did something to literally shift our timeline or our realities to one where there was one coin in his hand, not two? Because other than that, I can't really explain how that trick happened. Because I thought, like, you know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah.
something like that happened?
Yeah.
I mean, like, how could you?
I mean, define timeline. I mean, scientists can't even define timeline.
Well, what I mean
was
is like shift us to a reality where he had one, where my friend had one coin in his hand instead of the two that I put there, and that's how the trick was done. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's like a theory, like, because I don't buy that he just like said a spell and just changed it. You know, like I'm starting to think that maybe.
I don't necessarily know if a spell would do something like vocalizing it, but I've seen a lot of crazy things. But I know in most magical systems, well, I mean, look at the Bible. God said, and I mean that's just a one up from the previous, like, creation origin. I mean, every time they retold that story, each different tribe had to one up themselves. But so it wound up being, in the modern incarnation, saying something gives it power. But at the same time, does vocalizing that really give you power? I mean, you know, but is there things that we do not understand in this universe? Yeah. Is it possible? Yeah. Is it probable? No.
Yeah, because even my friend to this day, and he's like the biggest skeptic. Like he makes fun of the Mandela Effect, all that kind of stuff. Doesn't believe in alien. Like he's the biggest skeptic you'll ever find. But he just brought it up to me the other day, telling me like to this day how he doesn't even understand how that trick. And the coins were in his hand, so he should be like freaked out about it because he was literally holding the coins. And I'm like, I even asked him too. I'm like, did you feel anything? Like, did you feel a coin disappear? Or you think you would feel something, but he said, he said, I just opened my hand and there was a completely different coin in there.
Have you ever looked it up? Like, tried to find out that trick, like like online or on YouTube or anywhere?
No,
like anything similar.
Because like his fist was like, I just don't know. Aside from some kind of weird magic, how that could actually be done. Like, I mean, like practical like thing, like, no, I just didn't bother because I couldn't. I mean, I'm open to new suggestions, but
I feel like there's got to be some kind of a trick to it.
Things
And
that stick with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it sounds like a really good trick, and it might be hard to find if there isn't any info on it. It might just be a really great trick. I mean, that's a pretty good place to have a shop. So he's probably a pretty good magician, you know.
The only thing though is if the magician was holding the coins, I'd be like, yeah, BS. But my friend, but just the fact that it was somebody I knew and we both walked in, so I knew he wasn't in on it. And the only thing that would have been more convincing is if I was holding the coins. That would have been the only thing that would have been more convincing.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I've learned some at times in my life. I've learned some pretty cool tricks that seemed like, there was no way that could happen, that should happen, like involving multiple people, like people that that aren't involved on the trick or in on the trick. And but there's been a way. I can't remember those tricks, but I know that there is a way, at least for those. So that's why I tend to lean that way. But that's pretty interesting. I appreciate that story and that question, but I don't really
I'm glad
have
you
an answer.
talked, Astral. I'm just glad you talked.
Oh
Glad you
yeah,
wanna talk.
I wanted to tell that yesterday. I just had a hard time shoehorning it in the conversation where it didn't fit.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute again.
Yeah, and I've studied practical magic like pretty in depth, and at least in the excuse me, in the practical magic that I studied within active traditions today, that's not a trick that they would be doing. That's not something they would be focusing on. Magic, when it's practiced, has a completely different purpose.
Yeah.
So, to me, that's a parlor trick. That's not what I would consider actual, like you asked about black magic, gray magic, white magic. I mean, it's all perspective. It's all 100% perspective.
Well, I know my thing is though, is that I think it's a little more than just a parlor trick, because like something literally like I don't know, like there's no, what I'm trying to look for is some practical way that this trick was done, and I can't see it or find it. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I understand, but I'm saying you asked when you came on black magic.
Yeah, and so I don't really know that. I just kind of said that. I mean, I don't really know the difference between like all that. I just mean like some kind of like sorcery or something, or some kind of, I don't know. Like I don't want to say
like a lot of the magicians that are famous are into black magic, dark magic, whatever you want to call it. And they get help with their tricks. You know what I mean? It could have been something.
That's like, I want to kind of know
something like that,
like what this guy was dabbling in. Like I don't know. If there's a practical way, I would like to know. But I'm just saying it was like kind of mind blowing, kind of.
Like I've seen some stuff, and I've seen a lot of odd stuff, and people do odd stuff that I can't logically or rationally explain. And I just got to chalk it up to they're dabbling into something. You know what I mean? There's something going on there, so I can understand where you're coming from on that.
And at the time, I didn't have like, Mandela Effect and all those supernatural experiences. So I didn't really have like anything to base. So I didn't really think much of it at the time. But now, 23 years later, after all the experiences, now it's like it's been coming up in my mind a lot more lately. Like, as more of like a relevant thing that happened.
Right.
Well, it seems like the older you get, you gain that, what do they say, perspective from wisdom.
Yeah.
A lot of the things you're living through, you see it and it kind of, wow, that was weird, and you move on. But as you get older and you've experienced more, you look back and realize, wow, that was actually a lot more crazy than I thought it was. It just blew my mind so much at the point I actually couldn't grasp it because I had no context to put it in. So I just moved on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How does that saying go? Like time plus like smarts equals wisdom or something like, or I don't know exactly how that.
Yeah. Wisdom is just experience. That's all it is.
That's what it was. Yeah. Time plus experience or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And that's what it is. And, that's one of the, I don't know if you got, well, excuse me, good grief, allergies. Our weather's been crazy here.
Yeah, I got allergies
but
too.
I teach middle school, special education. And, a lot of the kids I get in there they're not going to go to college. They're not going to do this or that. So I try to teach them things in life, wisdom. Don't trust the government. If the government's talking to you, they're lying to you. If they give you numbers, trust me, it's a magic show. It's pay attention to these numbers. That way you don't realize what's actually going on. And hopefully I want to sending a bunch of paranoid kids out of my class at the end of it, because I literally teach them trust nothing. I tell them all the time. I said, just because I tell you, don't believe me, go look it up. I mean, you know, I try to teach them the life lessons I've learned from the experience I've had. And so with this wisdom, I can look back at my life and see something that happened and said, you know, at the time I thought, wow, that's weird, and moved on because I didn't have any context to put it in or any framework to look at it. But looking back on it later, it was like, you know, that experience could have really changed my life if I would have just stopped and paid attention to what was going on. And it's kind of like, it sounds like that magic trick. You know, you were young, it just happened, it blew your mind. If you actually would have stopped and asked the guy or this or that, who knows what answers you might have gotten that would have changed your life. So it's like the universe throws these opportunities. And that's the Mandela effect. Are we living in Wheeler's universe where each decision you make splits it off and there's parallel universes with every decision that we make? So there's a multiverse of every possible outcome that could have ever happened from everything we've ever done since the beginning of time. You know, it just depends on how do I narrow this down so that it's at least comprehensible to a human mind.
It boggles
to
the
try
mind,
to plot it. Yeah.
It just boggles the mind. And then when you take that and couple it with the fact that that reincarnation isn't linear, it's all happening at the same time.
Well, I know in Kabbalah there's this idea that you can technically be leading multiple lives at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so even though you're completely 100% unaware, the root of that spirit is in multiple people at the same time in different cultures, whatever. And it's like that constantly.
Yep.
So it's like the idea of the soul that we have is very limited to what the actual roots of belief systems actually think they are. And, you know, I was talking in chat. It's like you have Israelite religion, First Temple Judaism, Second Temple Judaism. And the Second Temple Judaism that you have today is so radically different from the others. I mean, and I get drawn into conversations about it. And I'm like, well, you know, God had a wife, right? And they're like, what? God had a wife.
Heresy. No, don't say that.
Yeah, Asherah.
It just drives him over the edge.
Oh, it does. But it's like Asherah. Go look it up.
Yep.
It wasn't until Second Temple, whenever the Zoroastrians paid to rebuild the Jewish temple and sent quote unquote overseers to go to make sure they're monotheistic, that this whole idea of Asherah became bad. And they're like, well, no, that's not true. Really? What does it say in the Old Testament about Asherah? They don't make laws against stuff that's not happening.
Right.
You know, and it's like you have to actually walk them through it. I'm like, no, you don't understand. There's even fragments of it in the Torah right now. I mean, if you go back to First Temple Judaism, there were multiple gods. There was a council of gods.
Oh, yeah.
You know, El was the father. At some point, you know what? Yahweh took El's place and started banging his own mom.
Whoa. Just for entertainment purposes only.
Well,
allegedly.
Well, it's all mythology. So, I mean, what's different than the story of Oedipus? I mean, it's all mythology.
YouTube has very sensitive ears. And they're very touchy.
But, you know, when you actually start to think about it, it's how absurd does it truly become?
Yeah, but people, like we were saying earlier, some people are not of the frequency where they can absorb it.
Oh, yeah. No, and when people start to have a serious conversation about religion with me, first thing I always say is, I don't want to destroy your faith. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I went and got a degree in it, you know, and I'm a Jew, so I study the ancient Jewish texts. And my whole point in everything was to go back and find out what was the original belief.
Yeah, what's
And
going
it's like,
on?
yeah, like every layer I peel back, I wind up to a storm god in a small tribal group in the middle of the Arabian desert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
know.
it's
frustrating.
Oh,
That's
it
why I
is.
said even
Are you
Christianity
talking
shouldn't
about
have a
like the
major.
Desert Fathers? I'm not
The what
trying
now?
to. Are you talking like the Desert Fathers and the desert religions, or the Essenes and?
Oh no, way before then.
I mean,
No, the Essenes were reactionary against the Second Temple because they
Right.
disagreed with what they were practicing, and a lot of it boiled down to the calendar. If you go to look at Enoch in the Bible in the Old Testament, it really doesn't say much about him. He was 365 years old, and then he walked with God and was no more.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the Book of Enoch.
Yeah. Well, that's actually in the Old Testament. Now, the Book of Enoch is separate. So why 365? Why did Enoch live to be 365? Because the whole point was it was a solar calendar. Second Temple Judaism uses a lunar calendar.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't before that. They used a solar calendar for religious holidays. And if you look at the actual Book of Enoch, I have a copy translated. I have, original pictures of the fragments and translated by J.T. Millick in 1979, a K4, a Qumran. And if you really look at the Book of Enoch, the whole beginning of it is literally telling you how to make a solar calendar. And
now, why did they remove that? But like, what? I mean, they removed it from the American history, and I didn't find out about the Book of Enoch until I was about 20. I'm 44. I was about 27 or 28. I didn't even know it existed. You know what I mean? Like,
the internet came about and everybody's learning about it now because nothing will be hidden that isn't known.
Right.
Well, it really never was hidden.
It's still in the Ethiopian Bible.
Yes, and it has been all along.
Right. But what was
there?
Why did they remove it from the canon? What was the purpose of removing it seems like it is a spiritual metaphor of the history of Earth. Like it seems to me when I read it, it was more of a spiritual take on a metaphorical way of explaining ancient times.
If people knew what was in the Book of Enoch back in the day when the printing press became available, I mean, these things were taken out for a reason. They wanted people easily controlled. They didn't want people being educated. They still don't want us to know what's in that book. Fortunately, now we can read it.
Well, it was so.
Panel, give me a second. Somebody's
sure.
playing the show in the background, and I can hear it.
Yeah, mute the stream.
So if you have the show playing in the background, please mute it because it comes in a lot of background.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be me. I have earbuds in.
I don't think it's me.
And I closed out YouTube, so I'm just on StreamYard right now.
I'm just on StreamYard. Going in the background?
Huh?
Do you have YouTube going in the background?
No, I turned off YouTube.
Okay, he does, and you don't have headset. It's probably reverb.
Yeah, I have a headset.
It's probably reverb.
But so oddly, the Book of Enoch was found. I mean, it was always known, but I mean, it was lost to the west.
What was the origins of it? How far back? Because I know, like, but some of the biblical texts come out of Sumerian texts, and I know about the Legend of Gilgamesh or whatever that was written way back. But I know some of the scriptures in the Bible was derived from Sumerian texts.
They were. I mean, Genesis was. You can go back and trace Genesis back, and I mean, the whole story of Adam and Eve is just a retelling of what is it, Enki and
the Anunnaki stories.
Yeah, Eridu.
Yeah, Enki and Eridu, and so pulled a rib out of the body. The interesting thing is in the Bible, that's translated as rib, but nobody has a clue what it actually really means. because that is not the word for
DNA.
rib. Yeah, well, I mean, you separate it. Ultimately, what it comes down to is you had, well, I mean, Adam means human. It doesn't mean man, it means human. So you had
Right.
human, hermaphrodite. And what was the whole point of that? Separating the hermaphrodite into two separates so that they could complement each other
Exactly.
apart. I mean, that's
And
the
that
whole
was
message, you know.
that was the splitting of the DNA. I mean, what are all those little things in there? They're little ribs in there.
Hey, do most Christians
Go ahead, man.
do a lot of Christians accept the Book of Enoch, or do most of them
No.
reject it?
No.
Christians and Jews both reject it. Even though it's a Jewish text, it was at the Dead Sea. I mean, Qumran. Like I said, I have the pictures and the translations of the Book of Enoch from Qumran.
Yeah, you're dealing with people who won't accept a thing until the church says it's okay.
Right. Well, I mean, look at the fight. Well, basically, Enoch and Revelation they were fighting over it.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, you're talking about, they're like, how can we, if we tell the people this, we're going to sound crazy.
Is it true that
or
the
lose
Ethiopian
control of
Bible
them?
still has it in there?
Yeah, it always has.
Yeah, I heard so that would be like the most legit Bible if you really think about it, right?
So
yeah,
I didn't
it was
read.
Still edited.
Well, yeah.
I didn't read the Book of Enoch enough. Do you know if it's Mandela affected like all the Bibles?
I've never heard anything about it.
I wouldn't say that. It's been translated, and well, the original texts were edited beyond recognition. I mean, what we have now is not even remotely what they were before the rabbis got a hold of them.
So was it originally
at the time?
Was it originally a Hebrew text or in the Dead Sea Scrolls, or how far back does it go?
Actual physical copies that we can like date and prove go back to the Dead Sea.
Oldest.
Yeah,
the Dead Sea Scrolls.
I mean, they existed before that. The debate in scholarly community is how long before. How long before were they in the form that we have them now? Because it's obvious. If you go take a course in Bible studies, they're going to tell you you can very clearly tell in the text there was 4 editings. You have the Yahwists, the Elohimists, then you have the scribes and the priests, and each one of them absolutely took a different point of view, used a different name for God, like the Elohists because they refer to God as Elohim. You know, the Yahwists refer to God as Yahweh.
Right.
And so it's each school of thought at that time completely rewrote it. Oh, okay. And then there's the misconception that it's all one story. No, there are two I'll just give you an example of the flood. Okay. You have, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. They brought animals 2 by 2 onto the ark.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have the other story that's 140 days, and it comes up from the foundations of the world, where guess what? The temple would wind up being built later on.
So is that
so it comes out and it floods it, and they bring them 2 by 2 and kosher animals by 7.
Whoa!
So I mean, they're two completely different versions.
Where did that one come from? Where's the origins out of?
Well, the best guess is. No, the best guess is one was from northern Israel, one was from southern Israel. Okay, you had 2 different people that were mashed into a kingdom at one time that only lasted a very short time, and then broke up into Israel and Judah. And so the priests at the time realized, okay, the only way we can have a common people is for us to get these stories together and have it as one. So you'll notice in the Bible, it tells a story once, it talks about something else, and then it tells the story again. That way they're separated they're not side by side. They're separated in the text.
Guys, I'm going to sign off. It's getting late for me over here, and I'm getting sleepy.
Good night, Mother.
Thank you.
Everybody. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
It's been so much fun.
You guys have a great night.
You too. You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye.
Well, I know I watched a bit of Archaics, who's a historian, man. So he's, covered a lot of the origins of the Bible and where it came from and all of that, because that's his whole thing, is he studied the depth of history of all like different spiritual origins on the earth. But like,
yeah, if you like that kind of stuff and you want kind of Dragons in Genesis, he has a YouTube podcast. That's always, he's really cool. I like the way he presents it. But I mean,
have you listened to Trey Smith?
I don't know.
He goes into the language. He breaks down. He really studied the depths of the language of the origin of language in the Bible.
Yeah. So Dr. Kip Davis does that also.
I think I've heard that guy's name too.
Yeah, he's gone in and been one of the people that go in and prove whether a fragment of the Dead Sea Scrolls is real or a forgery.
What about the Shroud of Turin and all that? What do you? I mean, like, obviously you've done enough depth of your own due diligence and research on all this. So,
well, I'm a Jew, so the idea, the whole idea to me, I mean, I will debate you very strongly from a mythicist point of view. I mean, the whole thing was a myth. I can't tell you whether there was a real person because I wasn't there, just like the Roswell incident. I can't tell you what it was or wasn't. I can just, as far as what happened, I can tell you it wasn't a weather balloon. I can tell you that much. I mean, I can tell you things that I know it wasn't, but I can't tell you what it was, even though I knew half the people involved with it.
Okay. So what about the New Testament then? Where are the origins of that and the Synoptic Gospels and all the Pauline letters? Because I mean, I grew up in Western Christianity. So I read the Bibles heavily when I was young, and they are completely like, dude, they're bizarre now. Like, they were bizarre before, and but the New Testament now, they're claiming, like, the mystery was that Hebrews, we didn't know who wrote it. Now they're saying it was Paul. Or I don't, like, the entirety of the book is Mandela affected, so the entire history of it is being changed.
None of the people
what do you know of the origins of much of the New Testament, and where the revelation, depending on which reality you came from.
Okay, well, the book of Revelation
the historical
is
background.
Different.
What's that?
It's all Greek literature, except for the book. The book of Revelation is not Greek literature. The book of Revelation is very different. The book of Revelation is a Jewish apocalyptic text.
Okay.
That somebody just went in and wrote Jesus a whole bunch of times and then said, if you change it, you're going to hell at the end.
Really?
That's basically what if you pull the name Jesus out of that entire book and read it, I mean, it makes just as much sense.
Right.
So they have the 7 heads on the beast or the 7 hills in Rome. You can go, I mean, it was a Jewish apocalyptic text written at a specific time for a specific people. You know what I'm saying? It was not this future prognostication. That wasn't what it was.
So
like it's taken now.
Robert,
so it doesn't mean anything
the Bible
today.
has been Mandela affected. I've seen it my own self.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the Bible is a Mandela effect. In and of itself, I think it is a Mandela effect.
Well, that's definitely interesting, but I've seen it change right in front of me, actually, from going from one page to the other. It happened within 5 seconds.
Oh, I'm sure it did. The Bible itself is a Mandela effect. It's translated by every generation. If you think about that, how many?
I don't mean.
No. I mean on the same page, because if you have the more people that believe in a reality, I mean, what is reality? It's what everybody agrees that it is. So if you have a shift in what the agreement of reality and meaning of things are, it's going to shift what is accepted reality. And our brains can only process what we experience is accepted reality. That's very philosophical, but
Well, the change that I saw as I was reading the Bible with somebody on the phone, and there was a sentence that said, um, the houses will be, I forget if it was like, the houses will be stolen from people from foreign lands and aliens. So I took a picture of it because I didn't know of aliens and people from foreign lands both being in the same sentence, because one is supposed to mean the other. So I took a picture of it, sent it. That picture has now changed, and so did the Bible itself. It turned into that passage within a second. And then when I checked back to where I had taken the picture of that sentence, it is now changed to something else, including the picture I took. So it was more than one person that observed it at that time, because I sent it to somebody that I was on the phone with at the time. And it said what I said that it said.
did theirs change?
Yeah, they're changed too. That's one of the biggest things with the Bible Mandela Effect, is that people have seen them in real time and change. And it changes also in Bible Gateway, Strong's Concordance. The whole thing changes. And it's not only in the Bible, it's in the Torah and it's in the Quran too. Certain things have changed, and it's not done by humans, it's done by the supernatural. Some people have the timeline theories. We all have different theories, to be honest with you. So, and you can't prove any of them with concrete information. So they're just theories, and we can agree to disagree on what that theory is, but it actually is happening.
Well, all I know is I'll believe in the Bible whenever God comes down himself and tells me to. Other than that, I mean, I don't know what I actually believe as far as is like the deity, but when people come up to me and ask me, "Do you believe in God?" The first thing I say is define God. Because if you can define God, then I don't know if I can believe in that, because the concept of God is completely alien and unknowable. Well, if it's completely alien and unknowable, then if you could put a definition on it, you're limiting it. Therefore, it's not completely alien and unknowable.
Well, the question I had, man, is what do you define the Mandela effect as? Because I think we might have different definitions than you. I might have a different definition than you. What do you define it as? How do you understand it in your conception of what you've concluded about our life here in reality?
I think there's definite shifts. Like I can remember when I was a kid, the sun was like yellow.
Yeah, it was yellow, orangish yellow, depending on how you perceived it.
Yeah, and colors looked very different. At some point, I don't remember when, exactly what point, but I can remember at some point going somewhere and thinking, man, the colors the sun doesn't look right.
Right.
But it's never gone back. So,
No,
I mean, I've had, you're talking about Mandela. I swore Nelson Mandela died in jail.
So you have that timeline. You have that timeline. Because I was too young. I was like 9. I wasn't paying attention to world affairs too much at 9 years old. So when that happened.
Yeah. I was tripped out when they're releasing him from jail. I'm like, I thought he died in jail.
Okay. So then we have basically the things are changing within all aspects of reality. That's my definition of it. Is basically that all aspects of everything that we've been told about life are changed, or whether it be our Bibles or culture or movies or television or culture or history or the globe or geography, animals. The list goes on.
I think reality. Yeah, I think
reality itself has changed.
Reality is much more fluid than people like to would think it is.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I just got here. I wanted to define God real fast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to mind.
Because
hey, mind.
Infinite conscious creators.
Wow. That's assuming a lot out of the Almighty, isn't it, to be a creator?
I don't know. I was under the impression that the Almighty was the creator of all things.
Well, I mean, you could argue that, but from a Kabbalistic perspective, all things is God. So how could God create himself? He just made stuff out of himself that we call creation because we can't do that.
Well, that's from a certain perspective, right?
So I mean, yeah, I mean it's perspective. That's why in my mind, as soon as you put a definition, you're putting limitations. And how could you put limitations on something infinite? I mean, the limitation and infinite are opposites.
Okay, then let's stretch out the one that you don't like, which is the creator part. What about infinite and conscious? Do you agree God is at least that?
I would say that's too limiting. I mean, again, if we can, if our minds can grasp it, then that's, to me, it's not what I would consider God. And no, trust me, I very much bounce back and forth between being agnostic and being atheist. It's a very fine line in my mind, and it depends on the day and where my thinking or whatever I'm doing at that time is going. So, but yeah, will I pray? Yeah. Why? Because putting positive out in the universe seems like a good idea, and it's the least I can do. And okay, even though it might just be for my own psychology, but go ahead.
Okay, last thing I was going to say was, well, okay, from a scientific, perspective, right? We don't really know. We can't really wrap our head around infinity. I mean, we can map it. We can put some numbers to it mathematically, but ultimately, infinity encompasses a lot more than we can wrap our head around. So, scientifically speaking, we don't know what infinite is, and when it comes to consciousness, we don't know what that is either, scientifically speaking.
Right.
I don't think we're supposed to know, to be honest.
Well, I read an article today that, and I mean, and it sounds clickbaity, but it's not when you get what they're actually saying. But a photon that was created in 37 dimensions was measured, and basically what it actually is 6 photons that are put in a superposition on multiple levels on each one, and it comes up to 37 different superpositions. And so I mean, when you're talking about breakthrough science we're looking at now, we know so very little about the universe. It's in our own arrogance that we even begin to make scientific claims of scientific laws. It is. And now we also have read the article today, 2 entangled items in a light field emit microwave burst that winds up powering itself, so it creates like an infinite loop. So that was something that we wouldn't have said before this study experiment happened could be done. It totally blew the minds of everybody that did it. They replicated it. Everybody's replicated it, done the same thing. We can tell you how it's happening, but the implications that that's going to have on us in the future is incredible. I mean, it's the things that we learn every day today completely change our understanding of science. So even 90% of the scientific community is behind on the discoveries. So in 1,000 years' time, what we might call magic would be normal everyday thing. I mean, when that what Arthur C. Clarke said, basically any advanced technology to a primitive culture is going to look like magic. You know,
I mean, fire was magic.
Right.
7,000.
So is mathematics.
Fire was magic.
So is mathematics. I mean, if you knew math you weren't supposed to know, they would put you to death.
Well, I mean, there was the whole thing with the Vatican and the Da Vinci. They didn't like Da Vinci too much.
Well, no, because he broke all the rules, but he
Pretty
did
much.
it. I mean, he did it in a way they couldn't prove it.
Right. I think, I mean, what you're getting into is the known, the unknown, and the unknowable within the consciousness of all existence here.
Right. And I think God would be unknowable.
I do agree with that.
Well,
there has to be.
I don't know. I think God is unprovable because proof is in the eye of the beholder, but you can know God. God is knowable.
Yeah, but knowable, okay. But knowable doesn't immediately infer knowability. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can have a relationship with something doesn't mean that you know it. I have a relationship with Star Wars, but I don't know Star Wars.
Okay,
I mean, to get, you know, I just because I have a personal relationship, that could be purely psychological. There was a book written by Matthew Alper back in the 90s called The God Part of the Brain. And his argument is we develop a part of the brain that all this quote unquote, what we consider spiritual develops as a way to psychologically cope with the fact that we are fully conscious and aware of the fact that we will die. That was his basic argument. So who knows? Huh? To eat a few mushrooms, man. You'll know something's there. You won't know what it is, but you'll know something's there.
Oh my God. We do not condone that. We do not condone that.
Entertainment purposes.
Hey, Sai.
Yeah.
My whole life has been inappropriate.
Hey, sorry, just a second. I'm just gonna step off because I just got home. I still gotta go shower and all that stuff. So.
I understand, and we're gonna end the show. Actually, Sandy's gonna come on soon. Her show starts pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly when. You know, it's Sandy time. But thank you all for being here. Robert, I'm so happy you came up. Astral, I'm glad you talked. Appreciative of Buttons and Dave and Mud Rabbit. You guys keep the panel going. So thank you everyone in chat. Listen, anyone who's still listening and anyone in the panel, I'm really trying to grow my channel. I'm up to 78 subscribers and hang in there. So if we could, I would like to push myself to 100 or over 100 if possible. Really want to help people out that just looking for a place to go, hang out, and have fun. Talk about different things. So if you could please share the channel, like the stream, hit the bell, do the whole 9 yards. None of it costs you anything. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed your time here.
Absolutely. Have a great night, Sai.
No, it was a great panel again, Sai.
You should come back.
Got a good thing going on for all of us, you know.
Thanks.
So
yeah, and this is not normally what I usually talk about either.
I know I wanted you to talk about your Roswell stuff, but you have to come on again because I think these guys would really be interested in your living next to or living in Roswell.
Oh, you're living by there, man. I was out near there.
Yeah,
like a year ago.
My grandmother was county clerk in 1947 when that happened. The sheriff's office was next door to her office.
Oh wow.
What? Well, for next panel, maybe we can cover what happened with that dude. Do you know about that dude who disappeared like 10 years ago? Have you heard that story online?
Okay,
I might send it to Sai. There was a guy who was around Roswell, and he disappeared. His phone his phone was all that was left of him.
That wouldn't surprise me. Lots of weird shit happened here.
He ended up in a cave somewhere, and just can't find the cave, can't find him.
Wow, well, that's interesting. Yeah,
I'll send it to you, Cy.
Yeah.
It's a weird story. You know, I know there's
I'll
a lot of
check it
weird
out.
stuff out there, but check it
Oh,
out. I
there
forget the
is.
dude's name, but just look it up. Dude who disappeared looking for a cave. He did YouTube videos and things like that about like 10 years ago or 11 years ago. He's one of the mysteries of YouTube. Like
okay.
Dawson, like yeah, I don't forget the dude's name, but if you look it up on YouTube, it'll be dude who disappeared in Roswell like 10 years ago looking for a cave or something like that.
Okay,
I'll send it to you, Si. Might be something we can talk about next time.
Yeah, I'll look into it. There's a lot of
Cool,
weird
man.
things around here.
Oh yeah.
All right, y'all have a great night.
All right,
too,
see you
Robert.
over
I
at.
really want you to come back. Please come back.
Yeah, Robert, you're awesome, man. It was awesome talking to you, dude.
Thank you. All right, y'all have a great one.
You too,
Thanks.
Robert.
All right, bye-bye.
See you over at Sandy's side.
Stay on, David.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna end the stream. Everybody have a good night. And I got to do my rock music. You guys know that. So let's rock out to this.